right, boys. Here we are back. What's the name of the podcast again?
Truly Rotten
This is
Tomatoes.
Truly Rotten Tomatoes.
There you go.
We're going to review a tomato today that is on Netflix, actually. It's Jaws 4, The Revenge. That's the fourth one in the Jaws franchise. I did a little bit of research after I watched this thing this morning.
I think that's against the rules.
I believe that is against the rules.
I did it after I watched the movie.
I think that still counts.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because it's about the podcast, right?
Yeah, I can't remember why that rule was put in place.
Yeah.
No,
I
you just
don't
can't-
remember the rules, but I believe it's against them.
I believe our fans want to hear a show with no actual information or study. It's all about like complete ignorance and assumptions.
Yeah.
Well,
They want, otherwise,
just
they
complete
just read the wiki
interpretation.
page, wouldn't they? Instead of watching the show or listening.
Look, a wiki page can't bring the experience
Of
that
four people
seasoned
paraphrasing
vets-
an entire
yeah,
film.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the freestyle
So let's start
dance
off.
of
Who
conversation.
has seen Jaws 1 in this team?
I've
Good
seen
opening
Jaws
question.
1 multiple times. I've seen
I've
Jaws
seen
1.
Jaws 1.
I've seen the film Jaws.
I've seen Jaws, and I don't remember almost any of it.
Yeah.
None of it.
Oh, I remember the opening scene. Well, actually, is the opening scene? There's a couple swimming and they get killed by a shark. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
So I
pretty
remember
early
that.
on.
I would
remember
almost
there's a
assume
scene
that's
on
the
a
opening
beach.
scene to all four of them.
Yeah.
It would be very similar.
I remember there's. You tell me if I get this right. Then there's a scene on the beach in the opening, in the first act, where I don't know, it's daytime and there's lots of people swimming at the beach, and that's when Jaws, as he's known, swims into the beach.
A
and everyone
Jaws.
freaks out.
He's
Yeah,
a
that's
Jaws.
pretty much
He's one of the
most
Jaws.
of the movie. It's like people at the beach.
That just keeps
and
happening.
Yeah.
And then,
And then
no
they're like-
one gets killed though.
No,
in that.
they close the beach and then they're like, open the beach. No, I think there's a guy being like, we need to close this beach. And like, no, it's summer. Everyone's swimming and having a
they're-
great time. And
they're
then
real excited. They're like,
Yeah.
tourism's booming.
Right.
We can't close the
yeah.
beach.
And people just keep dying. And then I think the second half of it, he actually goes in a boat and tries to
Goes
take
hunting.
down
And
the
then
shark.
it's all
Now,
shark.
I haven't seen 2 or 3,
No.
but obviously
I've pieced it together.
opening this movie, well, the very opening of this movie is like point of view shots from a shark like
Oh,
under the
yeah,
water,
that's
and it's
right.
playing the theme. And I'm like, oh, they're still using the John Williams score and stuff. That's cool. Like it's not like a direct to DVD sequel or something. Like they still kind of, I guess they own the song, so they just keep using it.
They wanted to make it a direct-to-DVD sequel, but the technology
That's right.
couldn't handle it in 1987.
They didn't have
They did pitch it,
DVDs.
though.
They was like, so there's this technology, right? They're like round discs similar to records, but they go in DVD players.
And everyone was just like, no, that's not happening. You can still make the movie, but that's not going to happen.
We're not inventing DVDs.
Maybe Netflix, they said.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put it on Netflix.
So that's where you watched the movie, right, Hayden?
I did watch it on Netflix, yes.
Did you watch it? Because I watched it in 2 different sittings.
I
I
thought you were
watched
about to say I watched it in 2D. Me too, man.
Two different cinemas. We're just darting between them.
I
two
watched
sittings?
I watched half an hour, and then like a week and a half later, was like, "Oh, we're doing the episode. I better finish the movie."
Right, I smashed through it last night. It was about 9:30 at night. I was like, "Fuck, I better fucking watch this goddamn movie." And then I was like, "Put Locker 1, 2, 3 movies free. Watch Jaws 4." And came up with all these results. I'm like clicking through them, and none of them would fucking work. And then I saw sometimes it says watch movies like this on Netflix.
Yeah.
So I just said, oh, fine, I'll fucking click it. And lo and behold, it took me to the Netflix page, and there it was, ready to watch. I'm like, God, I just wasted like 3 minutes searching for this shitty movie. Yeah, so that's how I watched it. Does anyone else have it? What speed did you watch it at?
I watched it on a regular speed. This
My
time.
word.
It was, but this was a similarly disorienting experience because I watched it with a friend of mine, Jay, who, while actively watching the film, was completely thrown by things that were very direct. I was like, oh, so in the film, Michael Caine, who plays Hoagie, the pilot, they're talking about how he's lost all of his money in craps, which I repeated directly after, to which Jay said, when did they say that? And that was pretty much the entire 90-minute duration of the film.
Some of these movies, you are watching it and you're just like looking through the movie,
Yeah.
and then they'll
Yeah.
say something, and you'll be like, "When did they go to the Bahamas?"
Well, they made that pretty clear. There's a character called Jake who is
Yeah.
from the Bahamas that's on the
There's
ship.
so much to unpack both
Yeah.
with Jake and Hoagie.
I hate Jake so
Oh,
much.
I found him
But
quite funny.
He's always wearing some paraphernalia that says Bahamas on
Yeah.
it. And he's
Yeah.
meant to be...
like He
I don't
had
know
a
if
hat
he's-
that just said "I am a local" or something.
Yeah,
basically.
it's confusing if he's a local or not, though, because he's hooked up with the main character and they're both doing some marine biology
Yeah.
experiment.
Let's
out there.
get into that after we sort of because
Like,
I presume no one has seen this movie, right? So they
Yeah.
don't know who.
I
these
had
people
not
are.
seen the
new.
film before. I feel like I've got a pretty good link from Jaws
Yeah.
to Jaws 4.
I don't
think
feel like I missed
2
anything
and
in
3,
between either.
Yeah, there's nothing that
Yeah,
we missed.
Yeah.
that's what it seemed like, right? It's like this could be a direct
Because
sequel.
it opens with
Well, the very opening shot after the
the
credits
very opening
is
shot.
like a close up of what you assume is a shark's eye, and it
Oh, that's
zooms
right.
out and it's just like a fish being
Yeah,
fried on
yeah.
a frying
Yeah.
pan.
I liked this
Foreshadowing.
scene.
Yeah.
This scene
There will be fish in the movie.
yeah, you know where you're getting into.
and eyes. They developed the characters really well in that first scene.
Yeah.
I thought there was a real feeling of family between the mum and the son there.
I thought they were husband and wife at first, though.
Yeah, same.
Was there
They were-
something really lame though? I can't remember. I feel like there was. So there was the fish.
Oh, it
fish
was
in the.
very
I mean,
lame.
the whole movie was.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
Yeah,
There was
there's this-
foreshadowing of
yeah.
like the fish being cooked, and then it was like I don't know, like he used the tongs to pretend to bite his
Yeah,
mum
yeah.
like a
No,
shark
she
or
goes.
something
She
like
goes
this.
like, "Watch your fingers
That's
while you're
right,
cutting," and he's
that's
like,
right.
"Oh god!"
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and you're
yeah.
like, "Oh, he's taking the piss," but then he did actually cut himself. He's like, "Oh, it's okay."
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
blood.
And this guy-
Oh no! And then he says
Yeah.
adds to the
Yes,
flavor.
yes.
Yeah.
And it was literally like 2 seconds after she goes,
Yeah.
"Watch your fingers while you're cutting that," and you think he's just doing a stupid joke
Yeah.
where he's like, "Oh, look, I cut my finger," but he actually did it right after she warned
This
him.
is the beginning of my theory that this family is Jaws. They're intrinsically, they are a Jaws because he says it adds flavour.
Yeah.
And there's this little glint in his eye as this Marty McFly ripoff sort of says
Yeah.
that. But just before that, he's picking at the salad, and I like this line because she goes, "You're almost as bad as your father. He was the tomato thief of all time." Which is like just a poorly
So that's really
phrased-
important though, because the father was like the main guy in Jaws.
Yeah, and then they go on to discuss later on how the shark killed him, and he's like, the shark didn't kill him, and he's like, he had a heart attack
Yeah.
from being scared. that
like,
he would
like,
kill him.
like, yeah, because he survived. He
Killed-
survives
yeah,
that
that's what
movie.
he does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He-
So that was
yeah,
that was
this
So
is-
maybe in Jaws 2 or 3 he dies.
of a heart attack.
Of a heart
Of a
attack.
heart
Of a heart
Yeah.
attack?
That would be so. I want to see that now.
weird.
Yeah,
but there's one
I'm-
point
yeah,
where they
yeah,
just
it's
have
all
this
blanks.
big picture of him, maybe at
In
the,
the
wall
police
of the
station.
sheriff's office
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
And so like the son is also he's like the sheriff now or like a deputy or something. And it's Christmas time. They establish all this like pretty early. There's like a big tree, and then the son goes out to just I don't know move some things in the ocean like on a boat or something. Oh, he gets a call.
we've got a mother and a son. They're
Yeah.
at home living together. It's Christmas time.
and they're related to the original Jaws movie.
Correct. So it's the wife of the original
The guy,
Jaws man
yeah.
who
Yeah,
died.
she's from the original.
I want to say
Right,
his name
right.
is
She's
either
in
Brody or
Jaws.
Quint.
Right.
It's not Quinn. It's
Okay.
the other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this son could be a
It's Brody.
teenager.
Yeah.
The son, whose name is Sean, could be a teenager.
Yeah,
during
that,
this
Yeah.
that I was really confused about his age as well.
He's,
And then
he's,
he-
he's a young,
19,
fresh-faced
20 or
policeman.
something.
You know,
but in the
But then-
70s, young people were older. You
Oh,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
No,
like
I
a
get it.
19-year-old
I
in the
know
70s
exactly
was
what
like
you're saying.
had
Yeah.
gone to 2 wars,
Yep.
had been married, been divorced, and like they look like they're in their 30s.
And then he leaves the house and he's clearly wearing a badge on his vest.
He's-
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
off
he's
to
just
work.
he's just
Yeah.
aged 15 years.
So the mother's other son doesn't live in town.
Yeah.
and
They
there's
have
a
a
quick
phone
phone
conversation.
conversation. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, you know, you coming here for Christmas? We're all going to get together as a family.
And he's
But
like-
are they going to get together as
Yeah.
a family? Because
Well,
what happens?
He's off in the Bahamas, marine biologying things.
That's right. He's in the Bahamas.
working hard.
And now our young man goes to his
Goes to work.
police station
I believe
job.
a call comes through or something, and they're like, "Oh, this guy who normally takes these calls can't do it, or just left, or something."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Fine, I'll go do it." So he goes out.
He has
like-
to go dislodge a log from a buoy.
Yeah.
It seems like he's left his home to sign off from work, though.
Yeah,
It's all very quick.
It's really weird. Yeah,
he leaves
like-
the house, he goes there, and she's like, all right, I'm done for the day. She's
Yeah.
like, we just got one last call. He's like, oh, really?
yeah.
It's like, you just got here.
I got to
bitch.
get back to
Yeah.
cooking dinner with the fish.
yeah. And then the shark comes, and it's the first time we see it. The action scenes in this movie, especially the early ones, it's like, don't reveal the shark.
Yeah.
We don't want to show it. So it's just
But they
quick
kind of
cuts
do.
of close up, like nothingness,
Yeah.
of just like
Water
hectic,
splashing.
quick, water splashing. And every now and then there's a shot of like an open shark mouth for like half a second. And then it's just like his arm's gone.
Yeah.
And there's no contact or
I
anything.
got a little bit shocked
Yeah,
by
it was
his
pretty-
entire arm disappearing.
yeah,
very
It was
soon.
tense.
That
That was very tense.
I thought they
Is
were
it
just
just
going to have the rest
splashing?
of the movie of like he lost his arm.
Right,
Yeah,
same. Yeah,
That's the weird thing. So you go like, oh, he lost his arm, but he got
That's-
away.
yeah.
But then immediately after, he just like falls in the water and drowns.
Yeah.
Well, no, it eats the boat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it ostensibly eats the
This
entire
is,
boat.
this is a very strong shark.
Yeah, it will just chew the boat because it's like I don't even
it's
care
a-
about eating the human. I'm just like
Very strong jaws.
taking the boat
Oh,
out. You
yeah.
can
Yeah.
drown
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
And so he dies, and this sets up probably the funniest idea in the movie, and also like I would almost
plot
say
of the idea of the
that's
movie.
true, right? Like the mother gets fixated on this idea that because this is the shark that gave her husband a heart attack. She gets fixated on this idea that the shark literally just wants to kill their family.
Yep.
Anyone in their
Specifically.
bloodline
Yeah.
It is
this
coming
shark.
for them.
Which
but
is-
she's right.
Yeah, and that's continuing off my theory that they are somehow Jaws.
Right.
Like they are Jaws. It's the spirit of Jaws trying to eat that family so that they can fully evolve, almost like Perfect Cell in the Dragon Ball.
So
Z
this
series.
happens, the dude dies, and the mum like develops this theory where she's like, no matter where we go, this
Stay away from the water.
Like you can be in a swimming pool, you could be on the toilet. This shark will come for our family
And so her other son comes to visit.
for the funeral.
yeah, for the
It's like
funeral.
really sad.
It
It's
is
like,
sad.
and you're like, oh, I'm sure this guy was a main character in Jaws 2 and 3, perhaps, but. I don't. Was he a
I don't-
kid?
I
in
think
the
he was
first
the
one?
main
Because they do
kid.
Oh,
flashbacks,
yeah, yeah,
and
that's
he
right,
was
he was
like
a
a
kid.
little
Yeah,
kid.
yeah.
Yeah,
He was the
He's-
kid.
He's having dinner with his dad.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know.
And
But-
I totally get that the mum is like, this shark has come back years later and killed another member of my family.
Well,
Like, that
okay.
is messed up.
Well, technically, okay. So, spoilers for the Tomato Jaws, the
Original.
the
First
blockbuster
Jaws.
film. Sorry, Tomato Jaws. At the end of Jaws, the sheriff, Paul Schneider, I believe, is the actor in the Tomato. Gets a canister of gas and shoots the canister.
Oh, while it's in its
and
mouth,
blows the shark up.
the jaw blows the jaws up.
Right.
Oh, that's why it's revenge. It's one of
Yeah.
his like relatives.
So it's like,
So it's a
maybe
different
it is
shark.
more about family, like
Than we-
family
than we
versus
think.
family.
It's kind of like a Montague
So it's like-
Capulet thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And Jaws is
Like an
kind
eye
of
for an eye.
family.
the
Yeah.
the Jaws of every movie is kind of like Juliet, and the main
Yeah,
character
yeah,
of every
yeah.
Jaws is like Romeo.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
All
it's,
right,
it's a romance story at its heart.
And that's
So-
a lot of people overlook that element.
if
That's-
only they could have gotten Claire Danes as the voice of Jaws.
she was all booked up.
Or just like, it eats a person and goes, needs salt.
Yes, good punch up. Very
Adds to
good.
the flavor. And then we see at the funeral the daughter of this new son's character, whose name is Michael, who we find
Yeah.
out is a marine biologist working in the Bahamas. His daughter says, Uncle Sean is dead, you know. Is he ever coming back? She says that to her mother, and her mother's
Yeah.
response is, we'll talk about that some other year.
Yeah.
Like a year is a time frame that a child understands,
Yeah.
and it's somehow like they have the patience to wait an entire year as well.
She's about the age of my eldest daughter, and my eldest daughter knows what dying is. And
Yeah,
knows that
yeah.
you don't come back from that.
Yeah.
And also, she does know what a year is. So Morgan, come on.
But
mate.
is she often asking for things to be explained to her in a year, or like?
She didn't ask for it to be explained. If I told her I'll explain it to you next year, she'd be like, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, what do you mean
that's-
next
that's
year?
ages away.
That's
I've
my
only
equivalent.
done
aggressive
6
daughter.
of those.
Yeah, that's ages.
It's like a seventh of my life.
So at this point, she comes at the funeral. She comes up with this theory where she's like, "I feel like this shark is coming for my family," and I'm going, "Oh, who's the revenge in this movie?
Yeah.
Is it the shark getting revenge on the family, or are the family going to turn and like fuck this shark up?" And I was pretty keen
the
for
jaws
that.
up,
I was
yeah.
like,
The rest of the
Yeah.
movie is just them out
Then
like on a whaling boat.
Yeah, just like
harpooning
killing
sharks.
shark after shark. But then immediately after, they just go to the Bahamas, and I was like, "Oh,
Yes.
like
Yeah, so
it changes
So
settings
wait, does Michael
completely.
Cane's character come to them in Amity Village? Is that what
No,
it's
no,
called?
no, no.
Amity
He's-
Island, isn't
Amity
it?
He's just
Island?
like
He's
a random person
introduced-
they hire, right? Like they're just in the plane with him on the
Well,
way to the
Jake
Bahamas.
knows him. Ever
Oh, they
since-
have to get
Oh.
back.
Since,
That's right. He's like, I have to get back to the Bahamas.
Yeah,
do
and they're
my
like,
shit.
"Why
Do
don't
you
we
wanna
go as like a family on
Yeah.
a holiday?"
Mum, you
plane?"
should come back with us. You should
yeah,
be
because
left alone in your house 'cause you're
great
going
white
crazy.
sharks don't
Don't
like
go to the
warm
Bahamas.
water.
That's
Yeah.
right, and also, like, I don't know geography. How far is the Bahamas from fucking Amity?
Yeah, I don't know.
I assume it.
Should have looked this up.
Yeah, it's like a small. It's like the Caribbean, right? It's like just
Yeah.
It's probably a few hours flight, but it's off land. It's like you're going to islands, so it's like going to if we went to Fiji or something. I think it's the equivalent. To
Okay.
That kind of thing.
So firstly, she pulls her son aside and says, "I don't want you being a marine biologist
Yeah.
anymore because the shark's going to get us."
Yeah.
He's like,
Slowly picking
Mom,
up our family.
I study snails.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Don't worry about
Well,
it.
that scene happens a bit later where.
Oh, yeah.
But she has all these scenes. They go to the Bahamas and there's like a kid swinging on the end of the jetty, and she's like, "Get away from the water!" And the music gets all tense, and the grandma like runs out. She's like, "Get away from the water!" And she's like, "Mom, watch me swinging." And then the daughter character grabs the little girl and is like, "Come here," and kind of scolds her for like doing nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Just because they're like, "Look, Grandma hates kids near the water.
Yeah.
I'm gonna obviously appease her because
Yeah.
she is really wild about this idea."
Yeah, that kid's never going to
And
understand.
that happens probably 3 times in this movie where
It
there's like
does.
a very tense scene of literally nothing happening,
Yeah.
but the tension is just one character being.
But
like,
it gets, as a father, those, like, you could be the shittest movie in the world and it gets me every time.
Oh,
I
yeah.
fucking hate it.
it's like
I,
the Spidey
Just-
sense of
I was like, oh no,
like
the kid's going to
keeping
get
your
eaten by a
child
shark
safe.
now. No thanks.
So the Bahamas, 1,200 miles away from the fictional
Okay.
Amity.
All right.
Which
Okay.
that's a pretty
Yeah,
long.
That's a very long
That's
way.
hours in the
It's
plane.
ages.
In one of
Yeah.
these small
That's Canberra to Perth.
yeah.
Okay, so they
So-
must have been.
Oh,
in
is
that-
it? Maybe I've got that wrong. I think I've got that wrong.
It's a long way.
1,200
long
miles. It's
way.
got to be like at least 2,000 k's.
I assume you would fly to the state that's like on the edge of
Yeah.
the country, and then you get a little plane
Right.
again over.
And so they do get a little plane
Yeah.
over to Bahamas.
Yeah.
And who is the pilot we're introduced to?
Michael Caine,
It's
The
a
Michael
very
Caine.
charming Michael
He is
Caine
so
with
the
dashing.
very Jamaican
A
Michael
bit of a
Caine.
gambler.
His
Michael Caine.
yeah.
So in his first scene, he says something about like losing all his money gambling, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, oh,
And I go,
Jake's
okay.
kind of talking about how he lost all of his money at the craps table.
Yeah, and then and then I'm going, okay, so how's that going to come back? Is there going to be a scene where they're like, Michael Caine, for you to kill that shark, the odds are so
Yeah.
against your favor, and he's like, never tell me the odds, and like, you know, threads a needle or something. I'm like waiting for that the whole
Or he
movie.
sits down to a game of blackjack with the shark, and whoever loses has to die.
like agrees to be killed.
Yeah.
He's like,
Or
I'm
you win.
going to play Russian roulette with this shark, and that's how we're going to defeat it. Because it's a weird character thing where I'm like, that has no way of coming back in any kind of plot way.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, I gambled and I got us this giant harpoon.
He
and
could
now
have,
I can-
like, we'll jump forward to the end of the movie where he does land a plane in the ocean.
water. Yeah.
He could have said something there that was like,
Yeah.
I like to take risks.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
There is another scene in the movie, like halfway through, where they go to a casino and he gambles,
Yeah, he's fucking
loses,
owning it.
he
Yeah.
just gets
Yeah.
snake eyes on the craps table and loses. And I'm like, no
And-
one's saying
yeah.
anything like, dude, we're so sorry for letting you do this. You told us you had a problem.
Yeah.
And
Well-
we just allowed you to gamble. And he just lost it. And he just says some
Well,
pithy line.
what-
Yeah, no,
what
the
happens
the
is
mother
that-
says that's not good. As he goes, it depends how you look at it.
Yeah. But in his heart, you're like, he's just having flashbacks of how he's obviously lost his house gambling. And,
Yeah.
things, and they don't really care. Maybe they
mean,
didn't really
I think
know
he seems-
gambling was a problem in the 70s.
He
and
seems
the 80s.
pretty unflappable. By
Yeah.
it. Because
Yeah, he
like,
does.
He's clearly in the Bahamas because he's like, he's just left his life. He doesn't care.
He's trying to earn money to like pay back his debts, right? He says that.
Yeah, he's going to need
Yeah,
to be
that's
flying
how
the
they
rest of
introduce
his
it. He's
life.
going to be
Well, that's in
flying
that
these
first
planes
scene.
for the rest of his life. Speaking
need
of
to be-
flappable, though, did you notice that the Jake character says "flap my lips" like 3 times in this movie? He says, "Hey man, didn't mean to flap my lips, hey," and he says that line like 4 times in this movie.
So the Jake character is a local guy from the Caribbean, I assume, who works with
He's a-
Michael,
he's
and
a
he's a
research-
biologist as well. Yeah,
he's
they're
research
both
buddy
doing
with
a
Michael.
joint grant PhD thing.
This guy sucks. His only redeeming quality is that he wears glasses that have the flip-up sunny part to them, which always remind me
The
of
first
Mickey
time
Mouse.
he's introduced, I think Michael is like in a little submarine
That's right.
submersible thing, and you just hear him like bantering.
Yeah,
And
so
just
so
be
you're
like, "What you
introduced
doing, man?"
you're introduced
Yeah.
to him with this like alien like voice because
Yeah.
apparently when you talk to someone over a radio underwater, it pitches your
Flanges it.
voice up and makes it sound like kind of thing. Like, what the fuck's this dude on
And I
about?
think later they show somebody lowering a speaker into the
Yeah.
water.
Yeah,
yeah.
And
like
it's
a
like,
literal speaker.
Is that how
Isn't
that
it?
technology works? You just lower a speaker into the water. Like, you can't hear
through the water?
sound waves through water.
it doesn't work like that.
But yeah, you hear his voice first of all underwater, and yeah, it's sort
And
of
it
harkens back
it establishes the relationship between Jake, who's this Bahamian like dreadlocked black man, very fit looking, very cool looking, up on the boat, razzing Michael, who's down there in his like little submarine looking for conches. So he's like, Hey man, why can't you find any conches? I got 7 conches tagged last week.
Yeah, and he goes, if you move any damn slower, you're gonna grow roots.
That's right. Michael's down there. He finds some goddamn snails and he puts some tags
But then he
on
comes up and they get into this argument for like no reason where he's like, you were so slow. He's like, you were tagging him wrong. No, you were doing it. And they get really angry. And he's like, I'm working overtime on Christmas Eve because of you. And
Yeah.
he's like,
Dude, my
because you had
brother-
to leave
yeah.
for your brother's
My
funeral,
brother died.
so we're like a few days behind. And he's like, I'm sorry, man. And then he tackles him, but like friendly and carries him around. And it was like, they get really heated for a second where I'm like, oh, they like hate each other. But then they're like, no, I'm just kidding around.
And also, there are 2 other people on their
That
boat
don't
that
say
don't
anything.
do
Yeah,
anything.
right.
They know the dynamic of it.
Yeah.
They're
it's
like,
not
I'm not
just
getting in this.
So they're having this heated argument, and Jake just squares up to him and starts like slowly approaching Michael. And Michael's like, "Don't do it, man! Don't!" And you're like, "Is he just gonna like punch him in the face?" And then he tackles him, like puts him on his shoulder, spins him around a bit. And they're like, "Oh, we're really good friends."
Yeah.
But until that point, I was like, "These guys hate each other, and they're like full on gonna fist fight on this boat."
And you instantly know Jake is gonna get killed.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
there's a
my-
black dude
yeah,
and he's
yeah.
gonna
I
get killed.
really knew it. Like
man.
there was no way that guy was gonna live.
No
I was
way.
Okay, there was so many times in the movie where I was like, "Don't kill him."
I know.
and I felt it from his introduction till his departure,
Yeah.
which we will get to.
Could not wait.
Can I say overall, this movie doesn't have a lot of shark deaths in it.
No.
For a movie that is like about sharks killing people, kills the guy at the start, which it bites his arm off and tears his boat up. And then later on, there's a scene with some girls on like a canoe when the kind of shark comes in. It's like the festival time.
Yeah, that was
everyone's
pretty
there.
full on.
And
Yeah.
then it kills them.
Well, hold on, because the next time we see the shark,
The Jaws.
which
It's at the casino
Jaws.
playing blackjack.
Yeah.
he's
And they're like,
he's
hey, get
lost
that
it
card
all.
shark out of here.
Very good.
Jesus.
Next time
but this
we
shark,
see him.
this is Jaws has quite the jaws. It can tear through anything.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I'm pretty sure it bit a boat at one point and blood came out.
Yeah, yeah.
It was that. Am I wrong? Was that a real? Like it bit
Actually,
wood
yeah,
and blood
sounds
starts
right.
coming
Yeah.
out.
My rationale for that was that, like, he cut up his mouth while he was
Oh
chewing
yeah,
through
I
the
mean, I
wood.
kind of thought that as well, but I was like,
No, what? I think
Oh.
you're right.
We should also say, before we even see Michael and Jake doing the submersible stuff, the mum's around the Bahamas. She gets introduced. They take her into this garage and they show her this just like metal contraption. And they're like, it's a piece of art that local government's commissioned. They're going to put it on display real soon on the beach. And it looks like shit. I don't know what I'm looking at.
No, yeah.
It's
was
meant
like,
to,
is
it's
it
meant
meant
to
to
look
be
like
like a shark?
Very,
shark's
very
jaws.
vaguely looks like a jaw, and they frame the shot so that she can see him standing in the Jaws'
Yeah.
jaws. And then she looks very concerned about that. But I think that's his wife that's made that because she's an artist.
And they're like, big public unveiling coming soon. Everyone's going to be on the beach. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's all right. There's obviously going to be another beach scene. I mean, it's a shark movie.
Who is Michael's wife? She's pretty good looking.
Yeah, she's great.
She was good. And so right after this, the
Okay,
mother,
so
the
don't,
mother
don't get to find out.
No, that's all she's done.
That is all she's done. Been good looking in that.
I don't
movie.
know.
All right.
I think so.
Okay.
I had no clue who she was.
Right.
She was a good actor, but Michael was one of those difficult lead actors. He reminded me of the lead from The Room. What's that guy's name?
Tommy Wiseau.
No, not Tommy. Not the lead.
Oh,
Mark.
Greg Sestero.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mark,
he's
yeah.
not necessarily a bad actor. It's just like very wooden performance,
Yeah.
very like wide eyes and like.
And the way
You
that
can't
dude
put
looks
yourself in
is just
his
like
shoes.
so quintessential 70s. Like, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Spielberg looked exactly the same as that
Right.
guy when he made the first Jaws.
Tight blue jeans, tucked
Yeah.
in shirt, tall.
And so the mother has like a nightmare where she's just swimming. It's like a scene out of nowhere. She's in the ocean. The shark attacks her, and then she wakes up in a cold sweat, which probably happens 3 or 4 times in the movie. People have like
Wait,
flashbacks.
explain
or
the dream again
premonitions.
to me. What happens in the dream? So
She's just
She's
like
just
swimming.
at night.
that's right. And
Yeah.
so yeah.
And the shark attacks her, and it's the same where it's the just quick cuts of like a mouth opening, but not even closing, and just like splashing water and her dying. And then she wakes up, and she's really paranoid that the shark's going to kill her. And as the movie goes, she almost has a supernatural connection to the shark. She has like a spidey
Almost.
sense to the
She
to the shark.
100%. She has a full. She touches the water and she can sense the presence of the shark.
There's one
Is
point,
that not? I thought that was very clearly telegraphed.
but there's a scene where they have the
That's
festival.
what I mean. That's another theory about like
Yeah.
the linkage of these families. It's-
yeah. They're
It
like they
cannot
can
be
feel each
broken.
other's blood. It's
Yeah.
all blood and water.
They can
This
sense
film
each
should have
other.
been called Jaws, Blood and Water.
Blood is thicker
And
than
so
water.
it's set at Christmas time for almost no reason.
Oh, this is a
I guess
Christmas
it's just
film.
like a holiday time. And then there's opening Christmas presents, and then like Michael and his wife and Jake and his wife
And
have
sorry,
like
I must interject. They're in the Bahamas, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where like I would say the break of white to black people is like more black people than white
Yeah,
people.
but these are
And for
pretty
some
much-
reason the Bahamians
Yeah.
have come to Christmas sort of this like, oh, they don't have family here, they can come to our Christmas event. Or is that that Christmas is not celebrated in the Bahamas?
Yeah,
No, they would definitely celebrate.
I don't
Christmas.
know anything.
I mean, I haven't been to the Bahamas. I don't know about the Caribbean.
Especially not around Christmas.
Yeah, but they do
Yeah,
all
no,
get together
it's-
and they have this dinner. And there's this one comment that Jake makes where Michael's wife, as we aforementioned, the attractive one, sits down and she's wearing like an orange shirt, and he's like, "May your sex life be as busy as your shirt." And then they're just like, "Ha, yeah." I'm like, that's a really weird thing to say.
Especially in front of like their mum.
Yeah, exactly.
that's
The
very
mum's there.
strange. And he's looking right at
I
the
hope
mother
your
when
son
he says
fucks forever.
that.
Yeah,
Your son's got a big dick.
I mean, Jake and his wife talk about fucking a lot.
In
I mean,
front of the mother as well.
Yeah, in front of
Yeah.
the mum.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
at the casino, she's
That's
like,
right.
"You better save that energy for later." And it's
Yeah.
a direct cut to the
Yeah.
mum, and Hoagie's like rubbing her back, and you're like, "This
Yeah.
is kind
God.
It's a sexual."
Yeah,
There's
they
a
do
vibe
actually have
to
sex
And family.
in like a workshop.
Yeah.
And it's one of those ones where he's like, "Let's shut
After
the
she
door."
threatens him with a blowtorch.
Yeah. Oh, that scene is so weird. He said he has a really funny line in that scene
Yeah.
as well. I think I wrote it down.
Okay, sorry.
I always wanted to make love to an angry welder.
Mm.
I've dreamed of nothing else since I was a small boy.
It's funny.
So she's like got this blowtorch.
These kind of none of the
See, if it was John Travolta saying that in
Correct.
Staying Alive, that would work.
none
so
of the
well.
quirky good lines that were meant to be kind of funny in this movie worked for me
Yeah.
at all.
They don't have-
And I was
yeah.
just like,
yeah.
Everyone's
every
really
single
flat in this
line,
movie,
every
basically.
single
Yeah.
line in Staying Alive that was supposed to be quirky made me laugh, and it like hit the mark perfectly. But
yeah.
it was so
like
so lame in
like
this
Jake has some character in this movie. Pretty much no one else does.
Hmm.
Like everyone else is just like a flat line of a character.
one. I don't
Yeah.
know, Jake. I had problems with Jake.
I wanna talk
his
about-
accent kept dropping, and
Oh yeah.
he
No,
was a
Jake.
bit all over
Jake's
the place.
fucked. I want to talk about the cookery in the oven. I don't know if anyone knows this or if this is
Oh,
something
well,
that
she's just pulling.
she gets angry when they first get to the Bahamas, and
Yeah.
she's still raving and the main mother character about how they should stay away from the water because the jaws will get them, and she's just pulling stuff out of the oven, and there's like 12 pots and pans that are stored in the oven, and that just really didn't sit well with me. Like, does anybody store pots in their oven?
oh yeah, right, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about that, and I
did
thought,
think
oh
about
yeah, that's an
that.
okay idea.
It's an okay
But the
idea,
thing is,
but-
when you're cooking, where do all those pots go?
yeah, and
Up
it
your
made,
ass? I don't.
it made
think
it
so.
feel like this is a fresh house and they're just getting things out for the first time, which may be true as well.
So there's a scene around where we were talking about where the grandmother character is maybe with one of the young kids at the beach, and I think they're just making sandcastles or something.
Hoagie
And the
comes
tide's
along.
coming in.
Yeah, and the tide's coming in, and Hoagie's in the background, but you don't really know that it's him until he starts talking to them. He's just like in a canoe or something, and she just stands up, and the music gets all tense, and she like looks at the water and like looks around, and then there's no shark, and she just sits back down, and she's like, everything's right. And then
Yeah, what are we doing here? Why?
that starts to happen. It's like the first time that's like she has a spidey sense about this,
That's
or
right.
she's just incredibly paranoid.
Yeah.
Yes.
To
Well,
the
then she
point
has
where
she has a
gets-
conversation with Hoagie after that. That's like, I think I'm going crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he's just like, that's all right, I'll fuck you. And then
He does specifically say those
Yeah.
words. Yes.
Yeah.
It's pretty
I
quiet.
understand that old women aren't all there, and I'm fine with it.
And so, somewhere in the middle here, Hoagie takes her off for a date. They get in their plane, and he's like, "You can fly my aeroplane if you like."
Yeah.
No, I can't. Well, I'm gonna let go of the steering
But
wheel,
right
which is
before-
what you
yeah.
call the thing in a plane, right? It's a steering wheel, sure.
And right before this, as Hoagie and the grandma character are talking on the beach, and she's saying like, "I don't know, I just feel like I'm going crazy," and he's being like nice to her. it just shows Michael just watching him from his boat with binoculars.
Yeah.
That's right. And so we
and you're
start
like,
to...
you're like, oh, I get it. The old people are kind of connecting and
Yeah.
starting a bit of a relationship. But I don't know if him seeing that is meant to be
Well,
important.
yeah,
or
because
anything.
there's this minor thread that comes in for a little bit and then disappears and never gets resolved of like, Michael doesn't trust Hoagie. So then he
Yeah.
goes to Jake and he's like, tell me about
yeah,
Hoagie.
yeah, that's
What's
right.
the
Immediately
deal?
after, he
Why
goes,
is he...
who is this guy?
And he's like, oh, he's just a fucking guy.
He's just a guy who flies a
I
plane.
met him when he got here.
Yeah, it's like, I don't trust him. I'm like, you're just being protective of your mother. And
Yeah.
then, like, nothing comes of it.
There's also a scene around that time where Michael is on the beach with his wife, and she asks him a question, and he doesn't. He starts to answer the question and then just sprints away.
That's right.
Yeah.
That
Do you
was
remember that?
fantastic.
Yeah.
That was so
and then
good.
and then she goes, "Where are you going?" And he goes, "Nowhere." But like as he's like
Yeah.
50 meters
Yeah,
away, just
yeah.
sprinting away.
There's some bad ADR in this film.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
really bad.
It's
Yeah.
chock-full.
no
It's-
follow up to that.
And then, so that for no reason,
But, like-
they basically just introduced that there's a big festival going on.
That's
And He's
right.
like, it's
Oh,
called
that's where
the
they fly.
Junkanoo. And
Yeah.
and then they go like to, I don't know, take their mind off an
This is
impending
this is
shark attack.
Hoagie.
And
And
everyone's
and
dancing
old
at this
lady.
festival, and there's
Yeah.
music playing.
And again, and this time the shark actually is like about to attack people, and
And
she,
her Spidey sense
her
goes
Spidey
off,
sense
yeah.
kicks in, and she stands up and gets all alert. He's like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "Oh, nothing." And then she walks into the dancing circle and just starts dancing. And you're like, so her Spidey sense, like, it works, but it doesn't
Yeah.
work.
No,
She's
I
she
read
ignores
that
it.
differently.
And then he
I
starts
read that-
counseling her while they're dancing,
Yeah.
and he's basically like, "You can't run away from your Spidey sense forever, love." And she's like, "I'm having fun. It's
Yeah.
all good." And they have this really deep conversation while they're dancing.
Yeah.
And Michael Caine somehow like turns this script into something watchable because it's it's weird back and forward.
He really is the star of the movie. Like, he really is the best
The
character
things that they're
to
saying
watch.
are so dumb.
He
but they're
normalizes
just both
it. I don't know how he
dancing
does it.
during the conversation.
I
Makes it
took
watchable.
that scene differently. I took that as her realizing she's being like ridiculous. She suddenly started panicking about the shark, and she managed to collect herself and go, "Hang on, you're being unreasonable." And he says, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "You know what? Nothing is actually like she's doing what you're supposed to do when you
Yeah.
have irrational thoughts." So I thought that was cool. It wasn't cool, but I was okay with
Yeah.
it in the film. But then he does the wrong thing. He's like, you should think about this more. Like, maybe the shark is falling.
He does come from that angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, maybe your thoughts are actually the right ones.
That's right. Maybe you should indulge this
That's paranoid.
psychopathy.
You should be more paranoid.
Let's take it back to okay. So Michael, as a marine biologist with Jake, who Jake got the grant, and then Michael kind of made his way into it.
Or
I
like
didn't
I think it was like he needed Michael to be able to come in so they could get the grant together or something. Because they have this
Right,
thing
yeah.
about like who owns it.
After
I
the-
started it, but then you came in and then we got it together.
And that's after they get attacked initially by the shark.
Yeah.
And Jake's basically like, "We gotta chase after this shark, man.
Can we
It's
just
so
say
rare."
so this is in parallel with the date, right? Her Spidey
Yeah.
sense goes off as they first encounter the shark, who has now swum 1,200 miles
there's
from.
two points,
yeah.
right?
And when he sees the shark, he's completely shaken. But he's also like, I can't tell anyone about this.
But
'Cause
I
he just
think-
made his mother move.
I think they have a scene before that where Jake is in a submersible and he sees the shark for the very
Oh, does he?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
no, that's
okay.
this is the same section. He gets attacked in the submersible, and then he gets up
Wait,
to,
Jake
the,
does.
to the boat. Not Jake.
No,
Michael.
yeah.
Michael
There's
gets
one
attacked.
when Jake's in there and it just goes past for the first time. And he
Oh.
sees it, and then Michael gets attacked.
Oh,
later
that's
on,
right.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's where, because it goes past Jake, and then it goes up to the boat. Michael's standing up there, and it takes a bite out of the boat.
That's
the
right.
boat bleeds.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
And he's just looking at it, and then
And then after that, Jake is like, dude, now we've got our real research
That's
project. Forget the snails. There's a great white shark in the Bahamas, and we're going to do that.
That's what Jake says.
Yeah, Jake's
Yeah.
like super into it. And then they
And
have
then
this-
Michael's like, "No
Yeah,
way, man!"
no way.
And Jake's like, "What? You've been spending too much time with me."
And Michael, I don't know if he specifically says, dude, I can't do that. Like, a lot of people in my family have died from sharks, and my mum won't let me do that.
Mum
'Cause
says
it'll-
no.
Yeah, it'll crush her. My brother literally a few days ago was killed by a
That's
shark.
right. And Jake's like, "Don't be such a pussy, man.
He's like, that doesn't happen, man. Not here.
You're being fucked, man. Come on."
But then he also goes like, we could get a grant from a different place that's like more evil. Like we could get money from some evil corporation.
Yeah.
to do
That's
this.
run by Jaws.
And they say something
Jaws
like,
Incorporated.
I don't want to take money from some place that like blows up animals or something.
Yeah.
And he's
They
like,
blow up dolphins.
Yeah, he's just like, now that we've found a shark, we could get more because they're like they don't have enough money to finish their
right.
research. We got 3 months left to go. We don't have enough money. He's like, we could get a bigger grant. We just have to go to this fucked up company, which I don't think comes back, right? I don't.
No, they never actually
Yeah.
get.
Do you want to save some money? Just fire the 2 guys on your boat that don't do anything. That just sit there and laugh at your jokes.
During one of those visions that the mother has, there's a shot, like this is the first time that you see a nice clear shot of the Jaws swimming through the ocean.
Yeah.
And it's about the halfway point of the movie. And it's just like, you can't build up the suspense of this shark and then just show a random shot in a part where nothing happens.
Yeah.
Because nothing
Yeah.
does happen.
Yeah.
And they just they show the whole Jaws. They show
And,
it there.
and it doesn't look great.
No, it doesn't
No,
look
it does
doesn't.
not.
It is
Not
not
wrong
a
there.
great looking shot.
and any idea of like that horror movie of don't show everything because the suspense is
Yeah.
what
Which
actually
Which is
makes
pretty
you
much built
scared.
entirely around the film
That's
Jaws.
that's the whole genre
Yeah.
as well. That's just lost in that moment. Like
Oh,
I actually
yeah.
felt some tension up until that point, and then it's all
You get way
dissipated.
more tension seeing like a fin submerge from the water than like seeing that whole thing just
Yeah.
clunking around.
Yeah.
Like the first 15 minutes was actually okay, despite some stupid lines and being a bit cheesy. But yeah, once they showed that shot, it was
Quickly going back to the casino scene after.
So when does that even happen? Why do they go to a casino?
I think they're just having a.
Oh, they're
night
having
Just
a
out.
go
dinner.
to the casino.
Again,
Yeah.
it's the same
Yeah.
3 couples. They're having a dinner.
Yeah.
And
And
there's
Jake nearly blurts out.
That's
about
right.
That big,
That's right.
Yeah, we got a
big,
new research thing, and he's like, Jake.
Yeah, yeah.
remember-
That's,
Don't mention the shark, you fucking
yeah,
dickhead.
Yeah. So Hoagie is dancing with the mother, the old lady.
Yeah.
And Michael comes in. He's like, "Hey, can I have a dance?" And Hoagie says something like,
Oh,
"The
this-
world would be a better place if more sons dance with their mothers."
And I was thinking the exact opposite
Yeah.
because when they started dancing
I was
together,
like,
it was gross.
it
and then
was
at the end of
weird.
the
It
towards
was gross,
towards the end of
wasn't
the
it?
dance, the mother's like, "Now show your mother how a good son dances," and they embrace even closer and then dance. You know.
It was weird.
Yeah,
They do decide we're going to study this shark, and like the way they decide to study it is like they just start pouring blood and guts into
yeah,
the
they're
ocean.
just chucking steak.
And for ages as well.
That's
like,
why they need to keep the other 2 guys employed.
yeah, because
To
that's what those
sauce
guys
and
do.
throw
They're
the
like,
meat
we don't
into-
touch the gross.
Well, those guys, I don't think those guys are in that scene, so I think they've been
maybe
keeping them
you're right.
around to mince them up
Yeah.
into that meat.
And the shark comes, it pops its head up, and he like kind of stabs it in the head with like a little harpoon thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, is he killing it? Is he doing it? But then he's like attached some electrical device to it.
That's right.
and
So
they can,
before
like, track it
GPS,
around.
before GPS
Yeah.
tracking, they had like vicinity heartbeat tracking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what, they have like a little unit that
Yeah,
sits
that's
on the
right.
boat, right?
It doesn't even make a noise. It's just like a heart wave monitor.
Yeah.
that
So he
rises.
stabs it into the heart, and it sits there going junk, like it reads Jaws's heartbeat, but only if it's close to the tracking
It's got
thing
a
on their
3 mile
boat.
radius.
Is that? Does
Yeah.
he say that?
There's
But like,
3 mile
I was
radius.
trying to figure
So
out
there's
what's the
time.
science behind it.
Because when he's looking for snails later,
Yeah.
he gets in the water and they're like, "There's a 3 mile radius, so you have plenty of time."
Uh-huh.
I
And then
believe.
as soon
Oh,
as
yeah,
he
that's
gets
right,
in,
that's
they
right.
hear the thing and they're like, "The shark's here."
Yeah.
The shark's
And he's
at
like,
least 3
"Oh," so
miles
he gets
away.
in the thing and it's immediately there.
Yeah, I believe I might be wrong, but I only remember one time where that machine actually is like used as well, where they're standing around and they're like, "Oh, he's coming back," or
Really?
he's here now," and
Is
you
it?
see the
I,
thing going.
I remember
Yeah.
the last part of this movie just being that machine, like shots of that machine, and just Jake constantly being like, "He's coming, he's getting closer."
I guess it kind of. I was just trying to untease it in my head watching it last night. Like, why would the heartbeats become stronger as the shark comes closer? But it's just the radio frequency. It's that
Yeah.
whatever that is transmitting is getting closer. So,
But there's a point where the Jaws can stop the heartbeat monitor. Because
does it?
Yeah,
Like
because
it
it goes
folds them.
silent and then it
And then
comes out of
suddenly comes
nowhere,
out of
nowhere.
and it's still attached because
some
they use
sorcery.
it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's going on
So
here?
after they put the monitor on it, Michael goes back underwater in his submersible, and it fully attacks him and rips him out of the submersible, like breaks through the glass.
Oh, this was.
and then we have like a
tedious
full-on
scene.
swimming
Oh,
action
God,
chase scene.
So bad.
But they never show the shark and the guy in the same shot. It's just shot, and so you don't know how close it is or anything. It's like shots of Michael swimming, shots of the shark swimming, shots of Michael swimming. He goes into some wreckage. He's
right.
like ducking and weaving
So
through
it's like
doors.
it's like a car chase through a shipwreck.
But it's slow as fuck. It's like through the water, through a shipwreck, and there's never like a shot behind the shark where you're like, oh, it's gaining on him. It's just we know it's heading in the same direction.
You can see that whoever storyboarded it was like, this is a sick. It's like a fantastic car chase, but underwater with a shark. And then the last part was kind of a cool idea. Like he gets his oxygen tank, turns it upside down, busts the bottom off it, and that
Jet
launches
trap,
him up into out of the water.
Yeah,
but it just none of it paid off.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought that was a cool way of getting out of it at the end. But the actual scene itself, up to that point, was like, not doing it for me. It's like he's swimming through this shipyard, the shipwreck, and then he gets behind like this door and hides there. And then finally, you see them in the same shot where the shark like breaks through.
Yeah,
this
the shark
ladder
does a
that's in
here's
the way.
Johnny.
But it does it here's Johnny, and at that point he's like got his thing, and he basically uses the propulsion of his oxygen tank to like shoot him out of the water.
Hey
slightly faster.
just wondering, could I like bite your arm off or something?
it's very good.
It's Jack Nicholson as the Jaws.
Yeah. Again, I'd stay with Claire Danes as Juliet.
I'd voice them over each other, sort of like when you do what do they call it in Dragon Ball Z when they fuse and they have the two voices? Lip flap, which is a line that is used multiple times by Jake in the film, is also a colloquial term for a failure in audio-video synchronization, so that an actor's
very
lips
apt.
So
move
maybe
but
they
no sound is heard.
used it because they just knew that a lot of their
They were
dialogue wasn't getting
doubling
recorded.
down on the lip flap angle.
That's all right.
There's also a scene where there's like another like fake out horror scare where it's just an eel. Like,
Oh, that was good.
Oh yeah,
just like swimming
was
past,
great.
where it's like,
Because I had a genuine, the only scare in the film, because I was sitting next to Jay, who I watched the film with, which she took a good 2 minutes to come down from. We talked about it a lot
about
more
the
than any
eel.
other
What
time.
about the eel?
The eel showed up. She went, oh. Eels are just because their eyes are so confronting. Wow, that was really tense. And I was
Imagine-
like, the movie's still going. We really had to break down eels.
She
and I was like,
she's like,
yeah.
if the
She's
bad
like, when's
guy-
that eel coming
Yeah,
back?
yeah.
You're like,
If the animal
They
in
should
this
call this movie
causing all
Eel
the terror
2.
was an eel, it would be much scarier.
sure.
we talked
slimy
about whether
eel.
the eel was real, and I was like, yeah, that's a real
I reckon
eel.
that
And
was
then,
real.
wow, that was really because the ocean's got a lot of things like that, and things can just come out of nowhere, like sharks, and it's like, yeah, but sharks, they're big, you can see them. Eel, I mean, and it came out of nowhere. So yeah,
How dangerous is an eel?
Not very.
Does it sting you?
don't
Does
know.
it
It can
bite
bite
you?
you. It can bite you.
Has it got like a venom or something?
They're
They
gross.
eat fish.
Yeah.
They're pretty
How did our boy Irwin die?
That was
That was a stingray.
Stingray.
Yeah.
They're
eel.
cousins. They're cousins.
Stingray.
Was a straight like barb through the chest.
He
I don't think an
only
eel
died-
can barb you.
He only died because they pulled him out of the water,
and then
he
pulled the thing
said,
out.
Crikey.
I'm gonna pull it out. And they're like, don't
Oh,
pull
really?
it out.
No, we
Wait,
think
really?
yeah.
That's what, because he bled out.
Oh.
Yeah, they reckon if he kept it in and then like took him to hospital and stuff, they could.
Because it's not like someone else pulled it. Like he was like,
"Gotta get this shit
I
out."
gotta
And
get
they're
it
like, "No, I
out.
think
Don't
that's
worry
actually,
about it.
like,
And he just
gone through a bunch of your organs, and it's the fact that it's in there is
And it
keeping
ripped-
everything together.
it ripped through everything.
I never
and
even
he,
thought
yeah,
about
he-
this.
he's-
And it's all on camera as well.
Horrible
They've,
tragedy.
Like, got it in the vault.
and his
locked
last
it up.
words were, "That was a knife." And then people were like, "You're not Crocodile Dundee.
Paul Hogan.
You're the
like-
Crocodile Hunter."
Yeah, it's like, well, I clearly stole my whole shtick from Crocodile Dundee. Like, let's be honest about it. I'm probably dying.
Yeah, I took Crikey from Paul Hogan.
Yeah.
And he took that knife bit from me.
Fun
So-
fact: Paul Hogan is the only one with the actual footage. So
Is that right? He was there filming.
They're like, we want you to have this.
yeah,
You're the new crocodile hunter.
You were the old one.
Don't have to do anything with it, but we want you
We
to have
prefer
the
it
footage.
to never come out, but we trust you.
It's like, oh, helps me sleep. So,
Just kids mucking about.
It's just boys being boys.
So after our eel scare, they do launch the art piece on the beach.
That's right.
Oh.
Like, the local
art
mayor is
launch.
there or something. Fun fact: the local mayor is played by a guy called Melvin Van Peebles,
That is a
who
fun
is the
fact.
father of Mario Van Peebles, who plays Jake.
Ah,
There you
I
go.
recognize that.
Family connection.
Van
Bohemian
Peebles.
fly.
Blood and water.
And he has a pretty funny line. He does a very good
He-
drone-on, boring
He just-
mayor
yeah.
speech
He
where
does.
like you hear it droning in the background, and it cuts back to him, and he says something like, you know what? Get to the point, man. Like
Yes.
my wife
Yeah.
always says. And you're like, yeah, it's funny when someone knows that they're just rambling and they can still acknowledge it, but then he keeps talking after that. He does not get to the point.
There was something about that guy's voice that reminded me of a South Park character. I don't know what it was.
Yeah,
Maybe it was he had like a
just
slapback delay on his voice to make it sound like he was speaking on a PA. But
he was
that,
fun.
as well as the tone of voice, it was very.
So following this
cartoonish.
scene, it's like fair time at the beach. Like everyone's there.
Yeah.
And they're launching the thing, and it's
Also,
a sunny
so
day.
can I just say, it's her unveiling of this fucking sculpture that she's been working on for ages.
Just painted it
And-
red.
And,
Yeah,
and
it's-
he's,
it looks
he's
so
not,
different
fucking
to what
awful.
it did in the garage where we saw it as well. Like it's
Yeah.
fully finished now.
Yeah, yeah, and she's like,
How much
where's,
better is it
where's
now
your
that it's
husband?
finished?
She's like, where's my husband? Why isn't he here to see this? And she's like, oh, he'll turn up. It'll be fine. They're out getting fucked up by the shark at the same time, or running away from the shark. But also, like, why wouldn't he have just not gone out to work that day? He knew that this was
to
happening.
go to the big launch.
Yeah, right. Like, just don't work. Anyway, so that pissed me off.
So then we go shark attack on the beach, and it's a pretty good one. There's like girls on
here
the
you
canoe.
go, because just before the art launch, the daughter sees a banana boat, and she's like, "Banana boat," and they're all like, "There's nothing unsafe about a banana boat. Get on it."
Yeah.
And the grandma's finally not afraid of water
Yeah.
Because
now.
again, she's doing the right thing. She's trying
She's
to.
like, I'm
put
letting
her
my
fears to the
paranoia.
side.
Chill the
That's right.
fuck out.
This is good for me to.
So then we get my
face my
favorite
fears.
part in the movie, which is there's like some random blonde girls on this boat, and the Jaws comes up, bites one of them and the boat, and fully gets her.
Yeah.
And it's like pandemonium massacre style, and we get 3 shots in a row of the women that we know from this movie standing on the beach and just screaming
Yeah.
hysterically
Freaking
at
out.
the beach.
Yeah.
Ah! Just like pointing and screaming, and then it cuts to another one, and they're not helping at all.
How
This
can
is
they?
like the worst thing you could do. Like definitely,
They say things like "somebody do something."
yeah,
What's the daughter's name? Thea. I think they're like
Yeah.
yeah,
Thea.
yeah.
And she's So the Jaws like fucks up the woman behind Thea on the banana
Yeah.
boat. And it's like close call. Then you watch the woman get dragged off by the shark and like.
And there's
chomped-
blood in the
chomped,
water and
yeah.
stuff. But something about that annoyed me so much that in a time of great stress and trauma, you just scream and make things worse, and you just stand there screaming, and you're like, this doesn't help anyone. It's just literally gets in the way, makes it way harder for anyone to be like, we need to help those people. We need someone do something.
Well, what
It's
you've
just
got to
like-
remember, and you already mentioned, is that these are women we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
hysterical.
Going in-
Emotional. And that's the disgusting stereotype this film portrays.
If women go into the ocean, they turn into
Yeah,
witches.
allergic.
Be
God,
oceanal,
or
not
mermaids.
emotional.
That's right.
Correct.
I mean, I really had a problem with the way that the shark came out of the water to attack the banana boat, because it didn't come from underneath. It like
Came from the
came
side.
out and then kept gliding on the rim.
Almost like up
There's
and
a lot
over.
of there's a lot of it.
the shark. Oh,
The shark like sort of like I don't know, 3/4 of the shark being out of the water, as if the water is like 10 centimeters deep and it has little tiny feet that
Yeah.
it's walking along and it's able to suspend. It just sort of floats above the water for a decent amount of time.
it surfs. It kind of jet skis along
Yeah,
things.
that's
It's
right.
really
Like it's got a
weird to
propeller.
watch.
Good stuff. I like it.
Um,
So it does do that. And then what happens? Like the grandmother's crying and the mother's crying and
Yeah,
then,
but none of them get hurt.
no, because then
It's
Michael
like-
gets back.
Yeah.
yeah, Michael gets back and they're like, there was a
Oh.
shark at the beach. It's like, oh, I should have warned you. And she's like, what?
Yeah.
Warned me of what? And
and then he's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm working on also studying that shark."
I know the shark you're talking about. He's his fucking cunt.
Yeah, and he also attacked me, and I didn't tell you about it. Yeah,
Yeah, he goes, "That's Jaws."
yeah.
That's actually Jaws.
That's
And
fucking.
she's like the Jaws that we killed in the first one.
The
He's
very
like,
same. That's it.
Think of it as the Jaws' revenge.
I would like
This
it if
is
this
Jaws
movie was called
4.
Jaws' baby or something like that. Baby Jaws.
So then she decides to commandeer a boat out into the ocean.
Oh wait,
No,
that's
no.
that scene, is it? No, it's
Right
not.
after that, no, she sees all that shit go down, and then
But
she
they
just
go back home and they're like,
no, she does. She
She
does
does.
try
She
to
just
do
fucks off,
something.
doesn't
And
she?
they're
Straight
like, What
away.
are you doing? Why
No,
did you do
no,
that?
she does.
She's
She
like, I'm
leaves.
gonna act. I'm gonna do something.
no, she
instead of
doesn't talk to
screaming on the
anyone.
beach.
She just
She just
she
gets
just
on a
go-
boat. This
she
is the
goes
grandmother.
on a
on a
boat.
boat.
Gets on a
No
boat.
weapon,
And
no
just
weaponry, nothing.
Yeah.
She
But
just
she's
gets
just-
a boat.
yeah,
she
she-
knows how
Because
to
I think, she knows that
because her husband and two
that Jaws
sons.
wants her.
Yeah.
It's out for blood
Yeah.
and
right.
water.
So she goes out to seek her revenge.
Which is a pretty classic movie trope where you're like, you want me?
my
Come
trope.
and get me. I'll come to you.
Yeah.
Like, you've been haunting me and terrorizing me for this whole movie.
This was a surprising
Now come
twist
here.
because it's like, oh, this is how we're going into the final act of this
Yeah.
film. She's just going to get in a boat and just go and do that.
And then the other guys are like,
Well,
we'll get in a
everyone's-
plane.
So that's how she gets away with it. It's because everyone's like, oh my god, some woman was just eaten by a fucking shark, and they're all freaking out. And she silently walks away or backs away from it and just gets on, steals a boat. Or no, she doesn't steal a boat. She takes the
I
boat.
don't know whose boat it
It's
is.
someone's.
yeah. I don't know whose boat that was
Whose
either.
boat is that?
I thought you
It's-
guys would have a
it's
bit
the
more
research
clarity on
boat,
that.
isn't it?
No.
I assumed
Because it has,
was.
yeah, it is because I don't fucking know.
No, oh wait, no, it
'Cause
was
don't they use
it
the
was because
beeping?
the boat was called Neptune's Folly,
Yeah.
which I thought I was
Devil's
like,
Alley.
Yeah, it's like Devil's Alley.
Didn't want to be too on the nose.
That's disgusting.
Nice.
That's obviously anal sex. That's what that means.
So
Yeah.
how
Neptune's
does it,
Folly.
Blood
how
and
does
water.
It happen? They're like, so the husband and wife are at home. They're like, the doctor says your daughter's just in shock. Don't worry, it's fine. And he's like, where's mum? And what does she say? She say like, oh yeah, she got in a boat and fucked off into the ocean. How does he
Oh
find
no,
out?
they're just like, where is she? Where is she?
Yeah.
Yeah, the daughter's like catatonic.
Yeah.
She's just staring, and
You're
it's
like,
pretty. It's pretty sad because she's been a very active, positive little girl the whole movie. She's done a
Yeah,
good job.
terrible actress. I don't mean to dump on these kids.
She's annoying.
Nah.
Again,
She's annoying, but
Let's really get down to it. Was the child acting up to scratch?
this
I don't think
there's a time where Michael is freaking out, sitting at the table in the kitchen, just like doing all this stuff, and she's mimicking
Yeah,
him,
I liked that.
which
That
is
was sweet.
that's a
That
callback
was-
to Jaws 1. No, is that?
Is it?
I think so.
Maybe it's
well,
been a
there's-
while.
because the
In-
mother says, your
Your dad used to do that.
with
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
and there is
Dad
a
used to do a lot of things to me that I didn't. Know.
there is a scene.
flashback to this rape scene. It
Yeah.
was horrific.
That's
They're-
right.
They do implement flashbacks from
Yeah.
Yes.
like quite
So
a
this
lot, but
is-
they're just like one shot flashbacks.
Yeah,
quick.
this
Yeah.
is this is
Because
one of
just to
those
remind
times.
people that Paul Schneider was in these films.
Yeah, so Paul Schneider's sitting in the flashback with his son. He's like, oh, he's rubbing his hands down his face, like all upset about something, and then it shows his son Michael doing the same thing,
Yeah.
and that's right after Michael has been doing that with his daughter.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a nice little scene. I liked how the daughter was copying him.
Yeah,
That was-
but
that
then
was sweet.
I mean, when they give her lines, chewing on the goddamn scenery. Get this kid
her
in
the hell
club.
out.
Man, it was the early '80s. They hadn't really mastered acting yet.
Yeah,
they only nailed that in the last few years. Acting.
So this-
technology.
There were less laws around it then. You think the kids would be better? They'd be
Yeah,
trained
yeah,
harder.
they had
They
more
could be
time
worse
to do
to
it.
the
Yeah.
bone.
No.
Now the laws are very strict. They get imprisoned if they fuck up a line more than 2 or 3
Yeah.
times.
Yeah,
This was 87. So when did Back to the Future come out?
well, the first one in 1985.
1985. I'm just thinking that first son is so Marty McFly. It upset me in the first couple.
Well, I
of
mean,
scenes.
when's Jaws? 1975.
Five.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And there's 2 movies in between, this.
yeah.
So I
Too highly
It's-
successful.
this is
sequels,
definitely-
I can only imagine.
All right.
definitely
so-
in the 80s here.
So Jaws 3 is Jaws 3D. And I read
Yeah,
I read
which
about
I-
this movie, and the sons who are also in Jaws 3D.
Wait, is
were-
it actually? I thought you were joking.
No,
No,
it's called
it was
Jaws
Jaws
3D.
3D. That's
and
what it
it's
was, yeah.
and the
Oh.
sons work at SeaWorld. And when Jaws 4 came out,
They
they
just
basically
changed-
said Jaws 3D does not exist. Almost like Dragon Ball GT is not part of the Dragon Ball world now.
With all the Dragon Ball today.
I love Dragon Ball. And
They
so
basically just said he's
this
not
is
a
the third-
SeaWorld worker
yeah.
anymore. He's a marine biologist.
Jaws the Revenge is called Jaws the Revenge instead of Jaws 4 because they wanted to rebrand it as Jaws 3. And Jaws 3D does not exist to them. It's not canon. It's not part of it.
Right. Like the Halloween film with Busta Rhymes.
It's got to be like that.
I suppose so.
It's got to be like
Came
that.
after H2O.
Can we
So
watch
let's bring
whatever
it
that
to the
is?
end of the movie.
We-
So
we will. We'll
our
get
big
there.
finale is Mother's gone off, and the others are like, we got to help her or chase
Yeah.
her or stop her or whatever.
So they go out on a little boat.
They get in the
Yeah.
plane as well.
They go out in a little dinghy,
Yeah.
and they just happen to bump into old mate Hoagie, who's
Yeah,
also
and
in
he-
a dinghy.
and
Yeah, he's
goes,
going the other
you
direction.
gonna go out in that boat? And
So
he's like,
the-
you got a better way?
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah,
Immediately in a
we'll drive. I don't know, 20 kilometers to the airport. Get in your plane and then try and find it.
And so this part, everyone knows that Jaws has a kind of famous quote that's like, we're going to need a bigger boat, right? I thought they were leading up to a
yeah,
reference to
right.
that. And they're like, we got to get in this boat. Oh, we don't need a boat. Have you got a better idea? It's like, we're going to need a bigger plane or something. But
but
he
no.
doesn't say anything. They're just there in a plane. But they use the plane to go into the water anyway.
What were they thinking? It's like, we'll just fly over
We'll
the
fly
boat
over
and
it,
then...
not be able to
I
do
don't know.
anything to the shark, not be able to pick her up or
Let's
anything.
just go watch her get killed by a shark
Yeah.
from
Also,
our flight.
We're from a safe height.
So Hoagie's flying over. He's
They're looking for her,
He's
yeah.
in love with grandma,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they spot a boat, and then it's like they see like a girl waving on it, and they're getting kind of downtrodden, and then they kind of see her in the distance. Okay, so when they land, when they go to like figure out what they need to do, I really want to know.
So they
What-
see her in the boat.
And she's about to get attacked by.
Okay, so they can see somehow that there's a shark nearby?
Because she's got the heart monitor on board, right? And it's coming towards her, and then doesn't it come out of the water? But then the plane scares the shark away.
I think
Is
so.
that real?
Oh
Am
yeah,
I
yeah,
imagining
no.
a part of
the
this?
plane flies right next to the shark, almost like I'm going to chop it with my propeller. Is what I thought was going to happen. But,
I kind of thought the same
but they
thing.
just like
I
creep
thought they
the
were going
shark
to
out.
crash the plane into the shark.
Yeah.
The shark actually goes, "Mummy!"
Yeah.
when the
There's
plane
a
goes
point where
by.
Hoagie's like, by the way, boys, you knew you were signing up to a kamikaze mission. I'm going straight. We're just going to kill this shark and kill ourselves.
And
It makes you think
we should
I
say...
could really have written a better Jaws.
I think during that part as well, Michael Caine goes, "Blackjack, baby!" as he rides
No, he
right
goes like,
past
this time I'm not getting snake eyes.
He goes, "It's double or nothing."
I'm all in.
we should say Jake is also on the plane. So it's Jake, Michael, and Hoagie. I don't know if that was
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
Three
why
boys.
Jake's there, but I guess he just wants to. He just loves this shark. He wants to study it up close.
That's right. And so, I don't know, he's like, Michael Caine's like, I'm going to land this plane in the ocean. And they're like, have you done that before? He's like, that's our first time for everything.
Yeah.
He
So
doesn't
this
actually
is the
say that,
point
but
where
that's
I'm
how
like,
I'd have written it.
his gambling.
Yeah, he's just
background.
stony cold silence to that question.
Yeah.
He just says, "Shut the fuck
Yeah,
up."
they're like, have you ever done this before? And he just blanks him. But this is where I'm like, this is the part where he's gonna say, I'm fine with taking a little gamble.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
But he doesn't. It's
No,
like,
he
it
doesn't.
has no point.
real missed opportunity to
Yeah.
go with the.
He should definitely have said, I'm all in, it's double or nothing.
So they-
My cards are on the table. And let's just throw the dice.
So the plane lands ostensibly on the water.
Right next to the ship, really good shot.
Yeah, and
really
they get out. And
nailed that
how
shot.
is it that Jake and Michael get out of the plane and manage to get all the way to the
They-
boat, but
they-
Hoagie's still in it?
So what happens is they open the doors and they just start swimming over.
But they say something to him right before that, and they're
Like,
like, "You come
stay
with me."
in- stay
yeah,
in
he's
the
like,
plane.
"I'm gonna stay here and bloody watch the plane." He says something. He says, "I'm gonna do this."
Yeah.
Because then they swim towards the boat and she's like, no, and Jaws eats the plane.
Yeah.
And like, okay, so just for a visual reference, imagine a small plane, right? That has one door on each side, right next to where you would drive the plane.
Yeah.
One door is completely submerged in the water. The other door is open, and the shark almost sort of like jumps out of the water like a killer whale would, and like goes like
Over-
head first
yeah.
into the open door.
Yeah.
where Hoagie is, and
Yeah.
they're like, all right, Hoagie's fucked. He's
Yeah, his last line is, "I'm just gonna pay for parking," and then this
Is
thing
that what he
comes
said?
out.
Again, we could punch this thing up.
I've just got to buy some more chips. It's like, what are you talking about? And then the mum starts getting all hysterical and saying, I know I shouldn't have come out here. Everyone's dying.
Yeah.
And then Michael Caine climbs onto the boat. He's
he's
fine.
alive.
Hoagie's
Yeah.
fine.
So we assume that he went out of the other door and swam
Underneath,
100 meters
Yeah.
underneath
Oh,
the water
yeah, yeah.
to the
He's
other
just-
side.
and was
of
there
the-
and was under the water for a while.
Yeah.
On his own, no breathing apparatus.
But that's our Hoagie. Why is his name Hoagie?
I don't know.
Hoagie's a sandwich, right?
He likes,
Yeah.
he likes a good
He
sandwich.
likes Hoagies.
I mean, you can tell from his necks,
That's
his,
true.
his neckline, and
Also, what's
jowls.
does he just look like that, or is he wearing way too much eyeliner or eyeshadow?
Oh,
What is
no,
it?
that's just. I
mascara.
think that's just 80s Michael Caine.
Yeah, right.
It's
Weird, very weird.
He was very dashing in this
And
movie.
then they fight the shark a bit. It kind of fucks him up.
They use
it bites
they,
the,
Well,
they
okay,
rely on
but
that
here's the
heart
plan.
monitor.
The plan is okay.
The problem with this movie is Jake explains a lot of plans, and at this
Yeah.
point in the movie, Jake's explaining technical things that are going to happen, and I can't listen to the man.
He's like, okay,
But
so he's got.
He
You
fashions
explain-
a spear out of something.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so the heart monitor's already attached, and then they're going. Oh, okay, I really don't have a good.
I don't
understanding.
really know what they did either,
But
but they
they
definitely
zap
blew
him.
that
They
shark
zap him.
up.
They zap him.
They zap him.
They zap
What
him.
do they
fucking-
zap him
They
with?
zap him with sonar.
Oh
Right,
no,
zap-
okay, all right, no,
radar,
no, I got it.
sonar.
So they go
He
down.
doesn't-
They go downstairs into the hull. Is that what it's called? Where the
Yeah.
boat. And Jake's fashioning some shit together,
Yeah.
like with
Take a look at
electronics
sonar,
and stuff. It's like,
Michael.
check this out. I've got this unit in my right hand and this unit in my left hand. We put the right one in the shark, and then we press the button on the left, and electronics makes it electrocute itself.
It flashes
and
a
it'll drive
light,
it crazy.
and somehow the light freaks the shark out.
No, yeah, doesn't he?
showed
Doesn't
that
he? He
one.
comes to the conclusion that like something electrical on the boat is pissing off the shark already.
Oh,
Doesn't he?
yeah.
And then that's why he's like, I know, why don't we put electronic things in the shark? Because that'll drive him even crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
I
also
don't
attracts
know.
the shark at the same time. Like, there's another point in the movie where it's like, you got to turn that off, man. It's going to attract the jaws. So,
He does-
but,
he
but
does-
now they're
he does
using it
say
against
that.
him.
That's right. I don't. Yeah, actually, yeah. As soon as I like launched into trying to explain it as well, I was like, wait,
It
no.
makes
It really
it makes
you just
sense when
lose
you
it.
watch it.
But at the end of the day, the plan is to put a thing in the shark, and then so put thing A in the shark, and then correlating thing B, you press a button on it. It's essentially like a bomb. It's
Yeah.
an electrical bomb. The plan is that the shark will try and tear himself up to get the thing out of him, or something like this.
It's a bad plan.
Yeah.
It's a bad plan because Jake ends up standing on the
edge.
on
of
the edge, the front
Heroically
edge.
standing on the mast
For some reason,
of the ship.
oh, he's got the light thing. He's going to zap him with the
Yeah.
light.
Exactly.
And then comes the best moment of the whole movie,
Yeah.
which is when the Jaws gets up and bites him and takes him right down. You get
and
to
it's a
see
good
him.
bite as well.
Yeah.
Like the blood is kind
yeah.
of coming out.
Yeah.
And you
as
get to
he's-
see him.
Probably
He's
the best
dragged
death of
the
into the
movie.
depths
Yeah.
of the ocean.
Definitely
Really
the best
bloody.
death.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
And then Michael goes, Jake! But like in that tone, he doesn't. There's no.
Yeah,
There's no
no.
up or down. It's all monotonous. That's the funniest scream I've ever heard. And then
And I was like, "This is cool." And then very soon after, they blow the shark up. They
no, they don't. They don't even blow it up.
Because the shark gets away. They don't really grieve Jake too much.
Not at all.
No.
They
And
kind of
not for the
Hoagie's
rest of
kind
the
of
film
talking a
either.
bit more.
Yeah.
Well, that's,
just-
the worst part for me was Jake just rolls back up and he's like, "Okay."
What?
Isn't he?
No.
I swear, I swear his body just like he rolls back up and he's like not
no,
dead.
dude,
no, no.
Jake's dead.
Jake's gone.
Did you guys
He gets
gone.
dragged. His whole lower body
got-
gets bitten and then dragged down to the depths.
He comes
You
back.
watch the director's
He's
cut.
fine.
He's going where he's like, "Hey man,
There's a whole
hold on
there's
to
a whole
thing,
scene
I'm
of
okay."
the Jaws and his whole family going like, "Hey man, I got enough food for a week here, Jack."
No, that doesn't happen.
No.
Why did I think
you-
that
because-
happened?
because
Maybe his body
it's
rolls
the Michael
up.
Keaton thing where I can only assume the Michael Keaton thing where you think he's dead because he gets eaten in
Michael
the plane.
Caine.
Michael Caine.
Keaton, Kane, Fleet and
Yeah.
Flame.
No, but I swear that I was like,
House is a home.
I was like, dude, they killed Jake and he like got destroyed. And then I swear at the end they were like happy ending. Jake just rolls back up in the
think
water.
so.
It's like, I made it, guys. Like I'm a little
Just
bit.
like-
I got a little bit, but I'm
Yeah,
all
he's got
good.
like a bandage
Jake-
around his
Jake's
wrist.
dead. Jake, he's gone.
Michael then does the same thing Jake just did, but on the side of the boat. Zaps the shark 3 times. It seems to.
I can't remember any of
Well,
this.
No, yeah, this
he's
has-
the shark's coming back, and they're kind of like they're thinking back, and he zaps it, and every time they zap the shark, it just goes like
It freaks out a bit. Yeah,
which is screaming, it's roaring.
it freaks out a little bit.
I have to say something. You guys made me feel like I was insane, so I just Googled this.
oh,
In the DVD version, Jake survives.
what?
You
So
didn't
I
watch-
think I watched a different version
That's
to you
crazy.
guys.
on
Ah.
Netflix though?
No, I watched like a rip from a Blu-ray or something.
Crazy.
Oh,
fucking
okay, that changes.
Far out.
I'm so glad I didn't see that version.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would have
so
been
glad I didn't
so
change
upset.
that. What are you talking about?
Wait,
you
so
guys-
did you have Jack Nicholson doing the voice of Jaws in yours?
No, I had the Claire Danes original.
There you go.
Having the three of you stare at me and make me feel like, did I like fall asleep or something?
Are you coming back for the next episode?
Yeah, but I was like, no. I remember writing down he has the best death, and I was real happy with it. And then I was bummed that he came back at
okay.
the end.
That's so weird. I need
Far
to see
out.
that now.
All right, well, there's alternate versions.
Yeah, sweet.
Okay,
Jeez.
that's not an aspect that we knew at the beginning, but I'm glad
I
we
like
know
that.
now.
That's fun. We should never figure out. We should all always watch different versions just in case.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
If we can, if there's 4 different versions of any of these films, definitely don't watch the
We
same
should have all
one.
watched a different Jaws movie.
Yeah, gone through the full mythology, watch one film
Yeah.
each, and like tried to patch the
I,
story together.
That's a long podcast.
I'll try to just stick to director's cuts. And director's
hilarious.
commentary. Sorry.
So Michael gets up and he starts zapping this thing, and the Jaws freaks out a little bit. It's like it doesn't seem like it's not bleeding or anything, but
No.
it's sort of yelling. I guess like stop that!
But then they keep cutting back
Stop
to
that.
Paul
Hey,
Schneider.
stop doing that to me, man.
They're cutting to the original
Yeah,
film
yeah.
Jaws.
That's-
And the mother is having these visions, which are now coalescing in like, oh no, my
It's
son
like-
is like my husband.
But she's having visions of things she wasn't present for. So
Exactly.
She
Yeah.
sees
Yeah.
her husband with a shotgun aiming
With
up.
a crossbow.
and it's not like
or
her
something.
husband's death.
No,
that
that's
she's
not how he
flashing back to.
died.
No.
Okay,
it's-
well, all right. So I'm sorry. I've not been listening to this conversation. I've just been reading about what went wrong here because there's some facts about Jaws: The Revenge's endings. Number one, in the original version, the shark is impaled by the front of the boat and sinks to its death.
Which
Jake
is
dies.
what happens
So this
right
is what
Get
you guys
into
were
it.
saw.
Yeah.
So I
yeah.
did not see that. I
What?
saw the alternate
What?
ending where the shark is impaled, then curiously explodes. So that's why I said
that sounds so much better.
when I said the
Because
shark's head explodes.
we were just getting to that moment where the cut. Where
Just getting to that moment.
so Jaws in the version we watched, there's a vision that the mother has of her ex-husband who is now dead from a fearful heart attack of the Jaws.
yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't divorce him. Just
But at the very last moment before the Jaws is killed in this movie, we see a flashback to that husband going, "Give me a big smile, you stupid big shark," or something.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah. And then we see that vision at the same time as in the actual present moment,
Yeah.
the shark gets impaled by the front of the
No,
boat.
so this is the moment
Yeah.
where in mine they shoot the shark with something and its head explodes.
in our version, it just
Okay.
inexplicably dies immediately from nothing.
no.
It's just-
it gets
the head
impaled.
explodes
and then
for
it
no reason
takes
as well.
the entire boat down. Then it fades away, and they're all off the boat, and it's all fine.
Yeah. But
because I didn't know how they got to shore.
So we're
I
expected-
just knew
But
that
it's
the
a big
shark
moment
died.
for the grandmother though, right? Doesn't she like pull the throttle like and jam the fucking like the front of the boat into the shark?
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
yeah,
she's
that's
like
her moment.
I'm gonna fucking
Yeah.
kill this fucking thing,
Yeah.
and she like
and
makes
she
the
like
boat go
matches
faster.
it up to her husband like shooting at it
oh, that's what
from the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
one or
yeah.
something, and it's like she's like lining it up and he's
Right.
lining it up.
Right.
Stupid.
That's right.
But-
Also,
Either way,
randomly, there was one line in there. So I just remember that in the flashback, he says something like, "I got you, you son of a bitch." And there's one line where Michael Caine says to two different guys, "You guys are son of bitches," instead of sons of
Right.
a bitch
Son
or
of
sons of
bitches.
bitch. He
Son
says,
of
he goes, "You
bitches.
guys are sons
Son
of
of bitches.
It's like
sons
a-
of bitches,
it's like a
son of
toddler.
bitches."
like
I think
a
he
toddler
says,
trying to swear.
"Yeah."
You guys are son
It's
of
like
bitches.
slightly, the grammar just really irked me, but yeah. So
I
we
mean, if
saw
he's saying
different.
that to Michael, then that means that he thinks
Yeah,
that
exactly.
his girlfriend's a
He's
bitch.
doing it in a friendly way. He's just like, "You son of bitches."
And they're like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "I'll tell you about it next year."
So what? How does that play out? Like
For the ending of
yeah.
So it's the same thing where she's lining something up and it's like syncing up exactly to her husband's flashback, and then the shark's head explodes, and I was like, oh, they shot it with an explosive or something, but I didn't quite understand how.
Is the electrical thing meant to make the shark explode?
Maybe. And then I'm
Clearly
telling
not.
you, Jake just rolls up in the water at the end, not only not
Does
injured
he,
at all,
does he get
but in
taken
high
away
spirits.
prior to that, or
He
how does
gets
he?
eaten in the.
He
I
does
assume
get
in the same
actually
way.
eaten
Oh yeah,
the
it
same-
jumps up. It fully gets him. There's blood, and you're like, he's dead.
When we watch, like in our version, he is dead.
Yeah.
like he's.
That's
swallowed
why I was
whole.
like,
He's
why
he
did
dies
he come
a
back?
long
Yeah.
death.
And I'm reading this other guy's thoughts on the same movie. It says what made the shark's head explode. We don't know. Like, it's not explained in this version. And like audiences, I don't know, didn't like that Jake survived, I guess, was part of it. But the way
was
he
pretty
just
shit.
way he describes it in this blog is: imagine my shock when watching the film on DVD release to discover Jake being found alive, despite several shots of him actually in the shark's mouth and being mauled within an inch of his life. The scene where Michael finds Jake alive was equally unbelievable because Jake seemed to be in relatively good spirits. So he literally, it is just like, oh, don't worry, guys, I'm not dead. And it is like the equivalent of just having a Band-Aid on or something. And I was like, that's fucking dumb. And then you guys are like, that didn't happen. And I was like, but I remember thinking how dumb it was. It
But
had
you
to
know
have
what?
happened.
That
So,
probably pads it out a bit, because in our version, what happens is that the boat spears the Jaws, and then we immediately cut to them standing at an airport and everyone's going home and stuff like that. It feels like there's something missing from there, because it goes right to the final scene.
Oh, it ends really abruptly.
Yeah.
I would just say that reminds me of, there's a Sean McAuliffe sketch where he does a series of Law and Order spoof thing.
Yeah.
And like one of the guys dies in the sketch. And it's a sad moment, and then at the end of it, he's back there, and he's just got like a bandage around his arm. He's like, "I got better." It's that same mentality. But yeah, so it's almost smash cuts to all of them at the airport. Michael Caine is about to fly who back where?
Oh, I can't remember, and I can't remember his last line either. But
Such an abrupt ending that I hadn't really, because it didn't. There was no stop in motion. There was no like pause of like,
No.
and I guess that was the revenge.
Yeah, and there wasn't a moment of like, gee, maybe for the grandmother, maybe I'll stay here in the Bahamas and get together with Michael Caine or Hoagie.
yeah. The ending of the movie does not satisfy the question, to me, the main question of the film: who's getting revenge on who?
The shark is getting
No,
revenge
no.
on the
I think-
Brodies.
I think the other way around. I felt in the last 15 minutes of the movie, I'm like, oh, now we're doing the revenge bit. Because
Right,
when she
right.
gets on the boat to just fuck off into the ocean, she's like, she's actively seeking revenge. She's like, I've had
Yeah.
enough of this. I'm going to go kill this
Before it
fucking
kills
shark.
any more of my family. And then it doesn't kill any more of her family. It kills Jake, which is
See,
arguable,
I took-
depending
I
on
took-
which version you see.
But she wasn't going to be able. She didn't take anything. She wasn't getting revenge. She was just going to go out
No,
to die.
that's
Right?
true.
But
that
that's
was
how
like a
that's
sacrifice.
Was she doing that? Like, fine, take me. Just let my
yeah.
family live.
she had a murderous Jaws-like quality in her in that moment, where she was just
the
like, "I'm
music
just."
started being burner, and she was coming after the shark. She was in the water.
I am really struggling to remember what the pertinence of that last scene was. Why were they?
Well, we
at the
need some way to
airport?
wrap it up.
Yeah, but who's flying where? And
Michael Caine was flying.
some people somewhere.
Some
himself.
people somewhere.
He was
Yeah.
going, and he said he had one line or something, and then there was like 20 seconds of watching them get on the plane, and then the credits started rolling.
Well, the joke was he said to them as he get onto the plane, he said like, remember, let me tell you the story of when I did this once. It's a good story. And then he gets on the plane, and then he starts telling that story to the people on the plane.
and
But,
we
like,
hear
it's
the
just
story
dumb
over
and
the
silly.
credits. Yeah, he's just being his silly old man.
But what?
and then the movie ends, and it's sort of like,
Why would all the main characters be there for just like a run-of-the-mill flight that he's conducting? I don't know.
she's got to go back to Amity Village.
But is she? That's what I'm asking. Is she on the plane
Amity
or not?
Island.
Is she on the plane?
No, he's
She's-
talking to a bunch of strangers, but
He
they're saying
is.
goodbye to him because he's.
Oh.
I don't know where he lives.
He should
I
have
gotta
said, and
rewatch
that
the
was the
last
last time I ever played craps.
Yeah, then we should have heard a whole gambling story,
Yeah.
his
Oh.
origin story. As
Oh,
told
that's
on
the
plane.
movie.
Yeah.
I
That
would
was
like
it.
an entire movie just based on Hoagie. I'd watch that.
I
Yeah.
would watch the Hoagie movie because it seems like I mean, he was probably a scumbag. He didn't seem like a good guy.
Like a
but he seemed-
Goodfellas-esque like story
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
life
yeah,
of Hoagie.
yeah. And now he's in like witness protection or on the run or whatever, and he's just flying planes in the Bahamas.
My whole life.
So
I
fun
just wanted
fact:
to play
the,
crap.
the woman who plays like the main grandma character in this,
Yes.
Brody's wife, she was the real life wife of the head of this movie studio
Really?
that made the
That's
first
nice.
Jaws.
Oh.
She's pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought she was alright. Yeah, I looked
Yeah.
up what she was in. She wasn't in like anything else.
No,
But I
it's
think
Jaws-
part of it was when they're
Jaws
like, we're
2.
doing a fourth
Yeah.
one. They're like, we need to give her a bigger role. We need to expand her character. Also, I run the studio and I'm funding
Yeah,
this
that's right.
movie. So, yeah, give my wife some work. Get her out the house, you know what I'm saying? Can I say, though, this movie was mercifully only 90 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
When I
That's-
turn on one of these
It was
movies
a
and I'm like,
watchable movie.
And
Yeah,
I
it
didn't.
didn't-
I didn't want to watch this one. I was really excited for the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, hence why I watched it just last night. I was like, oh god, I really don't want to do this.
yeah, it was
I,
really.
I thought it was
subpar.
going to be a bit more of a slog than it was.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Really,
It wasn't that bad.
That's,
yeah.
These movies aren't that bad.
They're going to get
I mean,
harder
these
the closer they get to the
tomatoes.
present day. Because like anything that's over 20 years old is kind of
it's
fascinating.
It's kind of bad
Just on,
anyway.
on that.
To be honest, one of the hardest years I think is probably going to be the 2014. There's like 6 movies in 2014.
So-
and it looks, we're not there yet.
In terms of musical moments, I started working with this guy the other day, and I was telling him about this podcast and this movie, and he said that he can't go in the ocean anymore because of some incidental music in Jaws 4. And I just
What?
thought, that's the craziest thing. Why Jaws 4? And he's like, I don't know, I've seen all the Jaws, but there's some music in Jaws 4 that just creeps me out, and I can't go
I
in the
couldn't
ocean
name-
anymore.
I
a
like
single
the. I
melody from
liked
this
the
movie.
like, and I can't remember if this is in the original Jaws theme. Like, was the Jaws theme modified in any way for this movie, or was it
I
the
think
actual?
there's a point where they try to integrate the Jaws theme into the heart monitor.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? Banana.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but-
So, two musical moments.
Okay.
Again, similar to our dancing movie of Staying Alive, the last episode. The guy is. What is the carol that they're singing in the opening scene? They're singing like a 3/4. Nah, look, it doesn't matter. They're singing. It's Christmas
Merry
time.
Christmas song, right?
They're singing a
Yeah.
Christmas carol, and the guy is like, the guy who's like guiding the choir is really disgruntled because they're doing a shit job allegedly, and he's like, no,
Oh, yeah.
do it again.
He's got a megaphone.
Yeah.
And he's like, 2, 3, and then like, amazing. It's just like, no, that's not the timing. So that was one hilarious musical moment. But all I was going to say before about the theme is there's some really nice 80s synth sounds and like ding 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 clicks that sound really really good, especially seeing as like it's been put on tape because it's like film that I really liked, integrated with the Jaws theme, and I wasn't sure whether that's in the actual Jaws theme or not, because that was 75. They sounded like specific
80s, yeah, a
80s
little bit of an
synthesizers.
update.
There was
okay.
the
I really
only
liked
musical
that.
moment I remember in this movie because it stood out to me as being an oddity was right after they meet Hoagie for the first time. They land in the Bahamas
And they play Space Oddity
they're-
by David Bowie.
They're in like a taxi or something, getting driven to their resort place, and the guy driving is a black guy that I don't think is in the movie for the rest of it,
I
and he's
remember this.
singing a Christmas
yeah.
song
That was
into a
weird.
radio.
Yeah.
He's just going like, "On a Merry Christmas," and I'm like, "Who's he
2,
singing
3!
to?"
Yeah, I think he was just
Just to
singing
other
to the
taxi
other taxi
drivers?
drivers.
No,
Yeah.
I thought it was
To the actual
oh,
radio.
right.
Is he
Yeah,
like
he was in
hosting
the
a
radio.
live show while he's driving?
I thought it
I
was
think
a sort of a
I thought
welcome
about that
to the
as well, and I thought
Bahamas
that's
thing.
probably against regulations. Like you're holding up the taxi line.
Yeah, they're like,
You're-
hold on, sorry.
like
we're-
clogging up
we're
the
trying to
police
make
line.
bookings and
This is a
things. and
busy
dude's
time of
just-
year, and you're singing carols over the line. Like we just lost 3 bookings.
Yeah.
That reminds me, what does Hoagie say about? Like, he asks the the grandmother, like, "Have you ever been to the Bahamas?" And she's like, "No." It's like, first time's always the best.
Ah,
Second
second time you know too much.
You know
Yeah,
too
you know
much.
too much
First
or
time, I was like, something like that, which is true, and
Yeah.
and I like that, but I don't know. thought it
I
was
like these characters
lame.
that have like pithy philosophies based
Yeah.
into their
Yeah.
words. Like he
Yeah.
says that, and later on he's like, "It depends how you look at it. I lost all my money, but I've still got my plane."
That's right.
You know, like he just has these things.
Were there any original songs in this
no
soundtrack? There
way.
wasn't, right? It was just
No.
sounds
Might have just been
and
score,
music.
yeah.
Yeah.
If
You
you
know.
can't point it out, like moments,
Exactly,
it's
exactly.
seamless. It's like
Yeah.
it's there.
Yeah, right. So it did its job, right?
Yeah.
I just remember the music kicking in at the tense scenes that were like nothing's happening. Just someone standing by the beach.
Yeah.
They get all alert.
And
Yeah,
and
Their
without-
hair
just
stands back in the
remember-
neck. They look at the water. the music's all tense, and there's no shark fin or anything, and then they sit back down and they're like, I guess
There
I do
was
remember
today.
there was a. It's not really a musical moment, but there was a sting when she touched the water.
Right.
It's like a,
Yeah, sick.
and she's like, like she's so tense, and I'm like, why?
Chill, bro.
You're at the shore. You're the safest one.
Yeah. So the shark did follow them from
Yeah.
Amity
It followed.
to the
It's the
Bahamas.
same shark from the
Same
beginning.
Jaws
to,
because Montagues and Capulets, they always know where the
That's a
other is.
long.
That's true.
That's
They
a
smell each
long
other.
travel.
Huge migration.
And
I
that
don't
means
know.
she
know.
was
Case.
right. She's like, this thing is coming after my
You'd
family.
think the marine biologist in the family would be able to be like, no, mum, that's not how it works. Or just be like, the fuck? How did that
Well,
shark
I
get all the
think
way
that's
down?
Or
kind
just
of
be
like
it's a different
He kind
great
of
white
did
shark.
because he was
Maybe.
like, there is no way, and then when he saw it, he was like,
That's fucked.
that's
How
not
can you tell though?
correct.
It's just a big shark.
That's true. It is just a
Like,
big shark.
Maybe if there's one, there's other ones around, and they hate humans.
So the way in which we decide if this tomato is truly rotten or not, I think we need to redefine. If we each give it under 5, it's a rotten tomato
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down
because
with
that's
that.
how a tomato
how-
is
yeah.
generally judged on the Rotten
Yeah,
Tomatoes
pretty
website.
much.
Before we get to scoring, can I just ask? So first, we'll backtrack to Staying Alive. Was there any moment during Staying Alive that you were like, "Oh, I wish this was over"?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the
Some of
the
those dance
montage
scenes.
where he and
Not saying I wish this part would go quicker, but saying I wish I didn't have to watch this movie anymore.
the
pretty
the
much.
section where
Wow.
Travolta is
No.
working.
I really wanted to
No,
watch that whole movie.
I
The
didn't.
montage where they stop the horse and they just have their whole like romantic getting together scene. That I just don't have any time for that.
There's
It
a
made me
difference
depressed.
between being like, I wish we were at the next scene, and I wish I could just press the stop button now.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I was
I
the
don't
whole
thi- I
time
mean, I don't
I
think I
needed
felt
to
that
know
way.
how it ended.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You wanted to see it all the way through.
No,
Yeah.
my point of view is if I wasn't watching it for this podcast, I would have turned it off a
Again,
lot
we've got to
earlier.
get down to specifics here. So I understand that. Like
Yeah.
none of us would have
If
watched
it
that
came
movie
on
if it
TV and I
weren't. No.
gave it 20 minutes,
But because
I'd be like, no.
yeah, okay,
No,
yeah,
and it's
fair.
and it's
All
about
right.
the
Yeah,
characters and
it's-
what's going to happen to the characters. But in Jaws 4, I wanted this thing to just get to the last scene.
Yeah,
get there.
so with the last one, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm enjoying this enough. Like, this is fun. Whereas with this one, sorry, that was Staying Alive. But with this one, I was like, I'd like this to end soon. Like, I was watching, in both cases, I started watching as obligation. In this particular case, I was like, this is an obligation the whole way through.
I didn't feel like it was a slog, and I think the thing that kept me going and kept me engaged pretty much the whole time
Was knowing it was only 90 minutes for me.
No, I think it was that
Jack Nicholson would be coming back any minute.
I always want to know what a movie's about. Like, Staying Alive seemed to be about Tony's sexual rage and how women were the key to his success and driving him in various aspects. Manipulating them manipulating him, all that great stuff.
And dope
Jaws, I was trying to figure out, like, all right, family, gambling, blood, sharks. I'm still trying to figure it
It's
Yeah.
about paying for the sins of your father.
It's not, it's
I-
not
I-
about
I-
fucking
like, if
anything.
it was,
It's very
I would be
biblical.
satisfied.
It's a biblical story.
Sorry, sorry to derail us. I just wanted to know, if you could have turned it off. Well, you can turn it off, I guess. Like, is one thing. Like,
Yeah, but you don't want to miss some dumb shit that's
No.
going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if the end of it is like,
I was much more cognizant watching Jaws, being like, I wish this would end soon. Whereas the
Yeah.
last one was like, this could go for whatever. I'll just see.
I
this
feel
through.
like I'm going to have that feeling for every
yeah, okay.
tomato on this list.
can I pitch a Jaws film?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so it's the little girl,
Wait, no,
right?
no, you can't.
Okay.
Oh, we thought you
Little
meant
girl?
later.
No.
No. But she's older. It's the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And she's gotten really into heroin, right? And she just can't-
Codenamed Jaws in the 90s.
and she won't. And her friends are like,
They call it
"You
shark
got to
tooth on
slow
the street."
down." And she keeps on going inland.
Hold
but
on,
every
is
time
there
she
any
wakes
sharks
up,
involved
she's
in
at
this
a
movie,
beach.
or is it just a junkie movie?
It's it's junkies that keep
She
on
just
getting
got to the
transported
beach.
further and further out to the coast, and they keep driving inland. And then every time they see that heroin, they start injecting it, and suddenly a shark comes out, and they're like, "Whoa, I'm in LA."
So that's a little bit
There's a
too
beach there, right?
supernatural. for me.
Yeah. Jaw spotting.
Yeah. Jaws. Thank you. My jaw's been going for hours. What?
He's been chewing his
Is
jaws
she now
off.
inexplicably Scottish as well? And,
Yeah.
and does she have a lust for life?
Well, she's
Korean now.
She's Korean.
She's Korean now.
Well,
I like it.
she grew up in the Caribbean, so she's
Caribbean.
she's got like a mangled Scottish Korean.
There
accent now.
wasn't enough.
Does she
like,
choose life?
There wasn't.
Scottish Korean.
There wasn't enough like sort of decadence of
Opulence.
opulence and decadence of Caribbean holiday life.
Yeah, Hoagie
I
had
guess
a Bahama
There
Mama.
weren't any.
Yeah.
What
There
was
were
that?
no
What
steel
was that?
drums in this
Bahama
movie.
Mamas.
Yeah.
No
Well,
steel drums.
I guess they went on that date, and like I sort of wanted to be.
Can I just want to say, I was so
cocktails
disappointed in
and-
how the
I just want to watch Cocktail again.
2 to 3 action scenes with the shark. I'm like, you've done 4 of these movies now.
Yeah.
You should know how to shoot a shark scene that is cool.
I didn't mind the first one.
I thought the first one was good. It
Well,
got
that
me.
was
As
still
like,
burger.
It was just like
Yeah, that's
shaky
right, it's a
cam,
different person.
nothing happening, just like blood, water, thing, shark mouth for half a second.
first one caught me off guard, and the one with the kid just fucked me up because, like, again, kids. Like, I don't want to think about a little 6-year-old daughter of mine getting eaten by a shark.
It's not nice.
It's not a nice thought.
No.
But you like the image of your daughter eating a shark.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're having shark for dinner tonight.
Tearing it apart from the side, swimming out the other.
Sorry,
Okay.
so we were going to rate the film, and the rule was if the 4 of us give it a score
Rating
under
below
5,
it's
it
a
remains.
truly
Oh,
Rotten
we,
Tomato.
so we have to score it out of 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
or out of 100.
Decimals
Score it
are
however
fine.
you want,
Put
as
some
long.
decimals
But if
in
it's
there.
below the
I
halfway
mean,
mark,
I like a good up or down.
you can do that.
That's
you can
too
do that.
binary
No,
for
you
me.
can Do whatever you want.
I'm gonna
If you're
base
giving
it
it up
on
to
on
any
how
of
we're
these.
all scoring.
Okay.
I don't want to be a fish out of water.
I need 3 numbers in my reviews.
Okay.
No, 3? 2.
You're good
At least
2 decimal
2.
points.
No, just 1 decimal point.
2, 8, and 5. All right.
I'm going to give this one 35.9 out of 112, which means that it is down there. It is a truly Rotten Tomato in my books.
Yeah, I also agree that it is a truly rotten tomato. I'll give it a 4.
Yeah, I'd probably go 3.5.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5 because I'm nice, but I'm not that nice.
So there you go.
It's good.
still-
I'm glad that it scored less. Staying Alive was
Yeah.
a much better film,
It
right?
is. It's
Come
a
on.
more
So-
watchable
Much better.
movie.
So we need to re-review Staying Alive. I think based off your review, it's not a truly Rotten Tomato.
No,
Because
did
you-
we say that it was? I didn't think that it was. I gave it a 6.5 last
You
year.
gave it a 6.5, but
I think I gave it a 6.
I think at that time the rating,
5.5.
maybe the rating was. It wasn't a truly. Rotten
I don't think it
Tomato.
was.
Okay.
No, it was not true.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
said
true.
it
But
was.
what will be interesting as this moves on is watching people come up with their favorites, and I'm riding hard. I mean, we're only 2 movies in, but I'm riding hard for Staying Alive at the moment. So
Pretty
far.
good. Oh
It's-
Jesus! I just had a look at the list, and the next episode
Yeah, I
is
know.
going to be Police Academy 4.
Oh,
I hate
fuck.
the Police Academy movies. I've seen.
They are
I
rough.
think
Is
I've
Eddie
seen them
Murphy
all.
in these?
No,
No,
Who's
no.
This
the
is a
main
guy
character?
called Winslow.
Oh,
What's his
right.
Michael Winslow.
Michael Winslow does all the
sound
voices,
effects
like,
guy.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's me, Jack Nicholson.
But Eddie Murphy's in the Beverly Hills Cop series.
Yeah.
Which have also, there's like 3 or 4 of
Police.
them.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That which Beverly Hills Cop has the fantastic theme of
Axel F.
Axel Foley,
Axel F.
Crazy
Well,
Frog.
Yeah.
So this is going to be our first.
and also Judge Reinhold.
This will be our first foray into comedy,
Yeah.
if you can
Yeah.
call it
I
that.
don't know.
I
if we
think
can.
I
even
think
good
this is the
comedies are
one that
bad.
yeah,
And
I'm
from the
definitely-
80s as well.
I'm definitely least looking for.
This is
Yeah.
going to be rough.
I'm intrigued, but I think within 10 minutes I'll be like, ooh.
I'm
no.
definitely
very
going to be watching. I mean, maybe this is one for the 1.5 speed.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah,
I
You
think
miss all the comedic timing.
That's true.
80s comedy movies were so much slower. Like, we were
Oh,
saying
yeah.
we watched Coming to America. He doesn't come to America
No.
for like an hour
it
into
takes
that
a
movie.
long time. And even then, the hijinks is minimal.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, when he gets there, he doesn't even formulate the plan for like a
Yeah.
good.
And the movie's like over 2 hours, I think.
I haven't seen that
Yeah.
movie, but there's a lot of
You haven't
movies.
seen the film
There's so
Coming to
so many
America?
movies
They
that I
made a
haven't seen
sequel.
that I should have seen.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
about,
really?
it's about a family who's plagued by sharks
Yeah,
in
right.
Africa.
Yeah.
mm.
They have to go
I
to
haven't
the
seen
Caribbean.
Terminator 2. I haven't seen
I haven't
a lot
seen
of the
Terminator
Star Wars
2.
movies.
We'll start our
We should have
next
made this
podcast after
podcast.
this. Hayden watches the classics.
Yeah, the classics he hasn't
Once we
seen.
finish the list, we can just do movies we probably should have seen.
Yeah.
I haven't. I was about to reveal a bit too much about myself about something.
He's never
So-
read the Bible.
You know what? I have read the Bible.
I only read the Bible.
Back to back.
Did you wipe
I've
it
read the
front to
Bible.
back?
I used to.
Favorite
I went-
verse? Go. What's your favorite verse?
I went to. It's in Job, and it's a weird one. But I went to Bible camp, and I had everyone sign my Bible.
Nice.
It was,
Have you still
it
got
was-
that?
It was like a yearbook,
That's nice.
but with
Who signed
bread.
it?
That's the thing. Everyone who I talk about.
Did everybody
that
sign
camp
it Jesus?
now- Well, that's the thing. I was like,
I'm Jesus.
oh, we're all accepting Jesus into our hearts, and everyone was like, I got a hand job.
Oh, really?
I-
yeah.
Everyone
At
was
camp?
like,
Oh
yeah,
man, that'd be
dude,
the
it's so
sickest
good.
scene
That
because
shit comes out
it'd be
of
so
those
wrong
places.
at Jesus camp.
exactly.
That's
and I'm
what
like,
happens,
Where was
man.
I?
Yeah. Oh, I wish I went to
You're like,
Jesus
oh,
camp.
while I was reading the Bible last night, you guys were all jerking each other
So
off.
you're
Everyone
saying-
else is jerking each other off, and I'm just there accepting Jesus into my heart. and
So
Jesus
everybody
is
just
like,
wrote
look at
in
this.
your Bible,
fucking-
I
And
got a
even
hand
Jesus
job
is like,
last
dude,
night.
get
Yeah,
yourself out
pretty
there, make some
much.
friends, get jerked off.
Can
man.
you bring
There's
that next episode and we'll read out
Signed
from your
Bible.
Bible?
I'll try to find my signed Bible.
If we're wrapping this up, Jaws the Revenge, truly rotten.
Truly rotten.
We watched it,
It's a
so you don't
truly
have
rotten
to.
film.
Yep.
Michael Caine is the only saving grace.
I'd go whole hog on that hoagie.